be at work.
Just like,
My bad. Go ahead and introduce yourself. My bad.
I'm dead. Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy AJ.
Your boy Nick.
This
Come on.
My bad.
Bruh, mute your mic. Mute your mic.
All right, he's muted.
Ultimate professional over here. He's a professional
God damn
over
it,
here.
nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can. All right, so let's start this again. I'm your boy AJ,
Your boy Nick.
and this is Hip Hop Vibes, the podcast. Another special episode for y'all. We got two guests this time.
Two guys.
Got my boy Duran and my boy Alex. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick. Duran, I'm gonna have to start with you first.
What's good, y'all? I'm Duran Ratchford, producer, saxophonist, musician. Glad to be here with you guys and to put in some input.
Yeah, tell me what you do, bro.
Oh,
Brag a little
okay.
bit.
Okay. All right. I ain't know if you know what I'm saying, how long the intro need to be. But nah.
Yeah, it don't matter.
So yeah, like I said, I'm a producer. You can check me out on Spotify, Bandcamp, pretty much anywhere you get your music, I'll probably be there. I've worked with like I said, Knife Wonder. Currently I'm the musical director for Rhapsody. I'm a musician. I do so I played with Solange, Kelly Price, Music Soul Child. So needless to say, I do a lot of different things. I work with a lot of different artists. I don't like to, consider myself a producer or a saxophonist. I'm just a musician. And yeah, so I do a lot of things. So yeah, that's me. Enough about me.
All right, Alex, go ahead.
Just Alex, man. I do the Lord's work. That's about it. Father of three. But for real, I'm a local locksmith, business owner, and just father, fiance, all that good stuff. Just living life.
True. You got one more on the way, don't you? Or not?
What?
I thought you did.
Uh-oh. Hey,
have one more. You have one more on the way.
Since when?
Oh, snap.
I want one more.
I was about to get on Facebook.
That's probably.
I want one. Is my girl watching this? Hold on. She about to call me.
Oh, wait.
She like, Alex.
I mean, I want 5. So
Wow.
basketball team.
It's a squad, bro.
Right.
I know,
Nigga,
right?
a whole
It's
star.
really a squad.
That's a whole
started
Like,
pod.
yeah.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
All right.
Go get the remote.
Right, you got 5 options.
Right.
There you go.
You get the remote.
Oh, I
and y'all
just-
give me water.
I do that all the time, bro. I be like, AJ, come in. Get my
Go get the
iPad.
remote.
He'll be at the bottom of the bed. Be like,
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. Anytime you say AJ, bro, I'm like, are you talking about me? I'm like, oh, no,
I
you're talking about the
know.
son.
It used to mess me up in the beginning. Alex Jr. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Oh,
Nick.
my God.
You go ahead. You didn't get to go on the live last time, but go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell them what you do.
Oh
all that
yeah,
good stuff.
yeah. I'm Nick Neighbors. From Boston, Massachusetts originally. I live in DC now. I've been producing music for like 12, 13 years. Did all kinds of music, mainly doing it as like just an amateur, just for the love of it. I was doing a lot of hip hop stuff like first, and then doing some house shit, and then doing some film score shit, just doing different shit. Went to AU with AJ, did the audio tech program there. And now I'm a business owner. I sell beats online. So I'm a beat, got my own e-commerce store. And yeah, that's me.
that's dope.
That's what's up. All right.
That's why he the co-host. And then, of course, I'm your boy AJ. Born and raised in Alexandria, Virginia. Currently live in Fairfax. I mix and master. Co-host of Hip Hop Vibes the podcast. Host of Hip Hop Vibes Radio. Photography, voiceovers, all that good shit. And yeah. Today we got a good topic.
Absolutely.
We're gonna be talking about underrated hip hop albums.
Whoa.
Our opinions, of course.
Whoa.
God, there's so many.
Whoa.
There's so many.
It's so many.
Where
So,
to start, bro?
but we sticking with just 5. Our top.
I don't
Well,
know
not
why y'all
necessarily
did-
top.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm about to say.
I know-
Jerome,
not necessarily
I don't know
top
about that.
five.
We
I'm about to
ain't,
say that's tough,
we ain't
dog.
doing. We
Yeah.
like the shit too much
Not
for
top
this just to
5,
be
but
Yeah.
five.
Yeah.
No,
I said 5 because I know if I just say whatever, we'd be in this bitch all
no,
night.
I get it. I get it. Man.
Yeah.
You're the organizer, man. I get it. I get
Right,
it.
right,
bro.
right.
That's real. Yeah.
3 hip hop heads and me. It's like it's not even fair. He put me as the outlier.
What do you mean?
Three producers.
Bro, you know
And
hip hop, bro. You talking about hip hop?
No.
Right.
I talked to all of y'all about hip hop. So 3 producers. I feel
2 producer and a
cornered.
mixer. I really don't produce like that, for real, for real.
Y'all,
I need to get back on it.
You say you went to AU? What's that? What school is that?
American University out in DC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was up there for grad school.
Exactly. What? Masters.
Yeah.
Masters. Exactly.
Nah, man. We're all equals, bro. We're all
Right.
equals
Yeah, bro.
here, bro. We're happy to have you.
Facts.
Appreciate it.
But yeah, who want to go first?
Oh,
You
man.
know, just pick your album and then just talk about why you think it's underrated or why you like it so much.
Well, we'll start with just one because I mean I got a lot to say,
Yeah.
so I mean I can't even.
I'll go first.
Okay, thank you.
So, because once y'all set the tone and y'all
Oh, I was
talking
going
about
Only-
talking about everybody's lyrical miracles
I'm dead.
and breaking down each bar, my first album, which is like one of my favorite albums of all time, 808 and Heartbreak.
Wow.
Grossly underrated at a different time in Kanye's life. So, y'all know the college series, basically college dropout, late registration, graduation, and we all knew the 4th album was coming, Good Ass Job. And
Right.
for someone like Kanye to have pivot and drop a 808 and Heartbreak, a bass heavy album where he's singing on the whole album, it was way ahead of our time. And like a lot of people didn't like that album. They was like,
Yeah.
where's the samples? Where's the chopped up soul?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they and his lead single, I believe, was Love's Locked Down.
Yeah.
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 Like that shocked people's ears. And I remember he performed it at the VMAs, and it was just like, what is going on here? And people didn't understand it, and it was really just like a shock factor. And there's reasons why this is my favorite album, because this was the album that Kanye always argued that he created Drake with. One of
Yeah.
So it's
I get
like,
that.
if you look back, what 808 and Heartbreak came out in 08, Drake
Yeah.
dropped So Far Gone in 09.
Yeah.
But if you dig into the details of the album, you remember Coldest Winter?
Yeah. I love that
So,
one. It's the outro
oh,
track, right? Yeah. I
Yeah,
love
the
that joint.
outro track. If
Love
you
that
go
one.
look at the sample that he pulled it from a song called what? Ideas as Opiates. And it's just this random group that make music. Nobody would ever find this sample. And then you go and listen to the first track of So Far Gone. 40 samples the very next track on that album from that same group. So that's why Kanye puts that argue, I invented Drake. I mean, anybody can sample anything, but when you start with a style, singing bass heavy, 808, and it's different from everything that everybody's listening to, and then nobody likes it, they shun you for it. I think the Metacritic gave it 75.
Yeah,
And
people
then
did.
So Far Gone comes, and then everybody loves it, because you couldn't give Kanye this fresh new artist with fresh new music. He's an established artist trying to give us a different sound, and that bothered everybody. But then you get Drake, brand new artist with a new sound. They're more like they accept it better. So like that, and 40 was on like record in the interview. He was like, "Yes, we did listen to Heartbreak, and it did give us." Yeah.
They listen to it.
He
They
did
studied
say
that.
He rapped over "Say You Will,"
Right.
Yeah,
So-
Let's go.
yeah.
and put it on the album.
Yeah.
And whenever he re-released So Far Gone on Apple Music, he wouldn't release it unless Kanye cleared the sample, and he begged Kanye to clear the sample. So it's just like I understand why Kanye holds that grudge. Like, I dropped this 808 and Heartbreak, and then the biggest artist in the world the next biggest artist in the world comes and continues that sound, and y'all just love it. So that was one reason. And I love Drake, but the acknowledgement, Kanye, I see why Kanye feel like he's always old. What else? This album was also like a different style album for Kanye. He did like he's collaborating with bigger people now. Like, he's collaborated with people before, but it's like he collaborated with Lil Wayne, T-Pain. And it was like at that time, I don't know if y'all remember, those were like some of the biggest artists in the game. And it was just like he wants to, and those were people that was heavily in the auto-tune. So it was like he made a whole auto-tune album. Nobody thought it would do good. He pushed it. He made the 808 Heartbreak. He made tracks like Say You Will, which just musically was amazing. I learned to play those chords, and it took me forever to do it. Every finger all 10 fingers pressing on chords at the same time, and it was crazy. So I don't know what y'all got to say about it, but 808 and Heartbreak is like one of the most underrated albums I've ever witnessed.
That's a great choice. That's what I would say. Honestly.
Shoot, he introduced us to Kid Cudi on that album.
Right.
So
I think I'm sorry, I want to let you finish, man.
No. I want y'all to get y'all ideas of that album. Like,
I never thought anyone would put a Kanye album as, on this list. When I think of this list, and my list is more underground, some underground artists, some like moderately successful artists, but I completely understand why you do that, because it wasn't appreciated at first. And I still don't think it is really appreciated the way it should be, because like you said, you said it perfectly. He was an established artist with a sound. And when you go to the store and you buy Coke, Coke tastes like this one thing. You like Coke, but all of a sudden it tastes like Pepsi. It's like,
Coke vanilla. Later on, you like Coke vanilla, not that bad.
Right, but at first, like, you're in a restaurant, when you get served what you think is a Coke, but it's a Diet Coke. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, people had that reaction because they're expecting a certain thing. And he's coming with gospel samples and all that stuff. And then to be doing a stripped down 808, all electronic, Japanese taiko drums, like big, that's very different. Now I know John Bryan is the reason why he did that album. I'll just throw a fact out there. John Bryan, who's a great film score composer, did a lot of great movies. Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, fantastic stuff. He's great. He did a lot of work with Kanye on Late Registration. He's a keyboard player, but also an arranger and musician. And he's the one that gave Kanye that idea. And I'm just throwing that as just a random musical thought. But I totally see why you put that down.
I put it down because
I see it.
Artists get judged their hardest off their sophomore album.
They do.
And it was like someone who was already had their stuff premeditated from College Dropout to Late Registration to Graduation. We didn't really get a sophomore album from Kanye. This was all intertwined. He may have made changes along the way and added more tracks to it, but you're talking about someone after they do a song with Hove on Diamonds of Sierra Leone to expose their vulnerability on their next album and talk about their heartbreak. Like, I felt like that was a harder album for him to make than those other three albums. Like, how do you go from being on the top of the game to making something that people can judge you for in vulnerability? So I say underrated because nobody ever puts 808 in their top 5 Kanye albums ever.
Well, part of that's because he has such a good discography too.
It's
so good. Like,
it's hard.
There's other ones that people pick, but dude, I think that's a great choice, man. That's a fantastic choice.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like when the album first came out, I was one of those people that really wasn't fucking with it when it first came out. Like, keep in mind, I was young. I was like, what, 18 when the joint came out, 17, 18 when the joint came out.
It was
So I
pure
was mad
art to
young.
me.
Yeah, you know, I get you.
Yeah.
Even the
Damn.
visuals with Hype Williams, that whole Jetsons theme video and the
Yeah.
cartoon, I was just like, how does this man do it? Like that was like one of my favorite Kanye albums because it was just so different from the rest. And
because I went back and listened to it like a couple years later, like a couple years
You
you can ride to it, right?
Yeah. Like that's like my sound. That's like my sound for music, like mature and all that stuff. I'm like, you know what? I fuck with this album.
Yeah,
And it was a hard album because I don't think it really had like lead pop singles for radio. It had music that you either like it or you don't. So
Yeah,
It's polarizing.
so
it was very him. It was him. He was just making his music. You know what I mean?
exactly.
exactly, he was in his own zone. So yeah, if you look at the track list, what was RoboCop, Paranoid?
I like So Amazing. So Amazing.
What was the joint he did with Wayne
Winner.
on there?
My favorite ones.
So
Nightmares.
See You in My
Nightmares.
Nightmares.
Yeah, that was my shit right there.
Street lights. Street lights.
Street Light.
That shit
Oh
was
my
cool,
God.
man. See, I really
Amazing.
respect someone like that, man. He's daring, man. He's daring.
And then to do Amazing with Young Jeezy after you just did Wait Till I Get My Money Right.
Can't tell me nothing.
Oh, you
Can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to come back with it again, and the visuals for that album was just crazy. Like I don't know if y'all remember on that. He dropped the visual for Amazing, and he dropped one for Heartless,
I remember
and
Heartless.
Welcome to Heart, and then the Welcome to Heartbreak with Kid Cudi. So he was just experimenting with new things, and it was just like I don't care if you like it, I love it. So
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, that was a good pick, man.
Yeah, because
Cool,
I wouldn't.
definitely a good pick. All right, who wants to go next with their?
All right,
Yes.
I'll go. My first one I'm gonna go with is Untitled Unmastered by Kendrick Lamar.
Oh.
What?
No.
how was that?
Hey,
How was that
How is that? Because-
underrated?
How is that
It
underrated?
is.
How it is underrated, bro.
Definitely is.
People
For
love
one-
that album. Everybody I talk to would love
Hold on,
it.
let him
My
talk,
bad.
let him
Go ahead.
talk,
My
though,
bad.
let
My
him
bad.
All right, this is okay. So you got to think about the setup. This came out like right after Pimp a Butterfly. You know what I'm saying? So this is all the. This is so. Let's just go off. Because when I think of albums, I'm biased because I'm a producer, but I listen to production. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to the music, and that makes up a big part of the album. The whole album is live, dog. Like it's Terrace and the same Kemp doing the same thing they did on To Pimp a Butterfly, pretty much, and it's just Lucy's. You know what I mean? All right, so that's production's A1. You know what I mean? It's hard to talk about the songs because they don't have track names. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna give them the names. I'll call like you got Blue Faces on there. You know what I'm saying? That joint is hard. Let me hold on. I got a whole list up. Let me see. Hold up.
My man got
Track
notes.
number 3. I don't know. Track number 3, 4. It's only 8 tracks on the joint, but 3, 4, 5, and Blue Places. That joint is hard, bro. And then also, I just feel like when you think about Kendrick albums, I feel like it got overlooked because people were still processing To Pimp a Butterfly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we were still trying to wrap our minds about the masterpiece that is To Pimp a Butterfly. That it just got
Facts.
just overlooked and completely went to Damn, because Damn was next, right? That
Yeah.
might have been-
Yeah.
yeah,
Damn was
yeah.
like-
It just went to Damn. That's really it. And I mean, that's what I think. That's what I think about it. Yeah.
Mm.
What y'all think? No,
You don't want to know what I think.
y'all think it was y'all think
No, I thought it was good.
Y'all think people talk about it? Y'all don't
I
like
They
it?
don't.
I think
definitely
everybody I've talked to about Untitled Unmastered loved it. Like they don't talk about it like, "Hey, put that on, let's ride where we
Yeah.
going." But when you
I'm saying
ask
you
them
put it
about it,
on.
nobody complains. Now, me, you know how I feel about Kendrick. Like, I might piss all 3 of y'all off. but I felt like Kendrick had the cheat codes.
You
Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My bad. I don't want to take this spot, but like I said in the last one, people are judged off their sophomore album.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get better than Good Kid, Mad City? That was a perfect album, right?
Pimp a Butterfly.
I feel like To Pimp a Butterfly went so far left, we couldn't even judge him for it. And it was a great album, but it wasn't. We was trying to expect what he was going to do with his next album, that he went so far off the grid that it was in nobody's imagination that he would do To Pimp a Butterfly. I love To Pimp a Butterfly. It's not one of my favorite albums, but I respect what he did. I listened to that album 2 times in a row on a long drive when it first dropped. And I was like, this is an amazing album, but I was scared that it might not be appreciated. But I felt like he had the cheat codes, that he went so far left that nobody knew what Kendrick, like he skipped that sophomore album, that the hardness of a sophomore album. I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying.
I don't. What do you mean?
I don't.
Like,
I don't.
To Pimp a Butterfly after Good Kid, Mad City, with all the hot tracks, the radio tracks, the features, and him going in on every track, it was kind of like To Pimp a Butterfly. At first glance, it was a hard listen, so it forced you to try harder to listen to his music. So once you try harder, you appreciated it more, but it was nothing that anybody expected for a sophomore album.
I guess I just don't understand how that takes away from his artistic, like.
No, I didn't say it takes away. I say that was like the cheat code. That it was.
I guess I don't see. I guess I don't know why it's cheating. Like, how is he cheating?
No. I'm not saying cheating. I'm saying he went so far unexpected that it pushed him past the sophomore. Yes, check off the list. Sophomore album, great. And you can't compare it to Good Kid, Mad City, because they always say, is your second album going to be better or worse than your first album? You cannot compare it. So that's why I say it's like a cheat code. You can't say it's better. You can't say it's worse. So
I think you said it was worse, though. I think you just said it was worse. I think you said you liked
no.
Good Kid more, and you thought Pimp Butterfly was a little. That's what I got from it. At least.
No. I'm not. Did I say worse?
It's
just
like
say worse.
You're insinuating it.
No. Like what I'm saying was you can't compare it. So while everybody waits to judge you off your sophomore album, it's not physically possible to compare those 2 albums. So that's the cheat code.
Okay.
I feel like you can compare it. I feel like you can compare it because it's music, is drums, keys, you know what I'm saying, beats over, and the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? It's still the same formula. It's just a different sound, you know what I mean? But it's still the same artist. It's just growth of an artist, you know what I mean? I just feel like that. I feel like back to Untitled Mass, I just feel like that was just like a continued growth. It was like almost like the leftover growth.
That's what I felt like.
You know what I'm saying?
But
I feel like his leftover. I feel like his leftovers is Kendrick, right? His leftovers are better than a lot of than
Head is the future.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's still got memorable moments, bro. It was still got memorable moments. 8 songs, you know what I mean? So I just
if I ask you right now, what's better, Good Kid or To Pimp a Butterfly? What you gonna say?
To Pimp a Butterfly, hands down.
Okay.
Hands down. By far.
Well, for me, it's not hands down, but it's Pimp a Butterfly. For me, they're very different.
They are different.
One of them is more accessible than the other. One of them is more cut for radio. One of them I think would bump better in the car. But in terms of on headphones, it's Pimp a Butterfly. If I had one album, that's tough. But it probably would be To Pimp a Butterfly. It probably would be To Pimp a Butterfly.
For me, it's between that and Section 80.
Well, that don't count. That's a cheat.
When I count that one,
It is an album, though, ain't it?
Because if we count that, then I'm putting that up at the top, bro. Like, that's
I
Right.
feel like the whole album mixtape thing is a bunch of industry bullshit, like to some degree.
yeah.
Like it's a project, it's a thought out piece of music. It should be, I think it should be judged the same. Just because it didn't have a commercial rollout, it wasn't on Interscope, it didn't have Dr. Dre executive producing and Jimmy Iovine pushing it around the fucking country. Just because it didn't have that doesn't mean it wasn't an album. That was a well thought out project from start to finish. It wasn't a bunch of freestyles and a bunch of, you usually expect from a mixtape. That was original material. That was fucking dope. That was fire.
That shit was hard, bro.
But we see, you said, Jerron, you said you would put that first. You would put Section 80 above. I mean, now we're going on a whole other tangent, but
I know. We should have did it.
I have to know, like, you would put that first. You would put Section 80 number 1 for over Pimp Butterfly.
Oh, Pimp Butterfly.
It's hard for me.
Yeah,
I love doing this.
Those are the top one. Those are the top 2 for me as far as Kendrick goes.
I feel like
You know what? I would actually, yes. Actually, I would. I'm gonna tell you why. Because of replay value. I'll go back and play Section 80 more. I have to be in a mood to listen to Pimp Butterfly. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I have to be wanting to hear some jazz shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And
I can't compare.
like you said, I don't know who said it, but somebody just said it on here. Like, I'd rather you're not gonna be bumping to Pimp Butterfly in your car like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if it come on, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna turn. You know what I mean? But I'll go play, ADHD or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll go put that just because I want to hear it. You know what I mean? So that's why. And Section 80, bro, I just when I think of music and good albums, bro, I think of where I was in the moment when I heard it. And if I can't, that's what does it for me. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, bro, I have specific memories of that mixtape. So that's why I got to do that.
Whole time, bro. I think the first time I heard Section 80, I was in your car.
I was in this car too.
It was me. I put everybody on. I put everybody on Kendrick.
I put him on J. Cole, and he had put me on Kendrick at the same time.
I remember I let Hakim hear. Hakim did. He was like, "Man, this is alright." I was like, "What you mean this is alright? This is hard."
I remember he was playing "I'm Too Much for These Bitches" and 3 Months for These.
I was playing.
I was like, "Hold it!" And then he, what was that? Aaliyah,
Michael Jordan, bitch.
Yep.
Michael.
Yep. And I was like, "What is this?" And he was like, "Bro, that's Kendrick, bro." And
I'll be saying it like you should.
People like, "That's Kendrick."
All right, man, yo, but yeah. That's what I do. What's your album, man?
Yeah, so for me, AJ, do you want to go first, or can I go?
Yeah, you go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so for me, I mean, between the 5 of them, I'll probably go with like Water for Chocolate, Common. Okay. I like if musically, like I used to have a huge Dilla poster on my wall because when I started producing, all I wanted to be was him. That's all I wanted to do. And I wasn't good at it, but I kept going. And like this album, I think probably my favorite musical supergroup was the Soulquarians and is still the Soulquarians. Mm-hmm. Just the amount of talent and the albums that were produced during this time. Things Fall Apart, Mama's Gun. Mm-hmm. It's just
Voodoo.
fucking
Voodoo?
Crazy. Voodoo.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This album, in Common's legacy, he floats under the radar. I mean, he's in Microsoft commercials now and shit. You know what I mean? He's like acting and shit. But I feel like this album and his career as a whole is unappreciated because he never really had the industry run that people usually have. This album went gold and it had The Light, which did reach radio, was top 70 Billboard. But this album, if you listen just to the musicality of it, from the intro to the outro, like the lyrical content, the people they had in the studio, the background singers, you got the Roots in there, you got just Bilal, you got so many, of course, Dilla all over the fucking place, you got D'Angelo all over the fucking place. Like, that album is so fucking good.
You got Quest on drums.
Quest on drums. It's a fucking all-star team. Like, it's my all-star team. So for me, I played that shit like last week, and it didn't sound like it was made in 99. It sounded like it was made in the fucking future, and that's when I know it's a good record. I know it's a good record when it's like it is truly timeless, and it sounded timeless last week. and it came out in '99.
Mhm.
So I mean, I'll go down the track list. Let me just pull it up real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
I mean, yeah,
I ain't
hold on.
listened to this.
questions.
Look. So when I search like Water for Chocolate, I find a movie and I find 50 million other things. I can't even find. To my point, it doesn't even show up. I gotta search Common.
I ain't listened to this album.
Man, yeah, you definitely should, bro.
You gotta go back,
Like,
bro. You gotta go
What
back.
was this?
Gotta go back.
Like
Okay.
it just Common. I love Common because he's somebody with a variety of different perspectives. He can give you like Doing It's probably his hardest record that he ever did. 6th Sense got Premier on it. I mean, I'm a beat maker, so I'm like Premier. Okay, he's one of my favorites ever. And just the lyrical content of I'm sorry, I'm all over the place because it's just so
go
fucking
ahead.
good, dog. Like a film called Pimp with MC Light. He's trying to pimp MC Light on the track. MC Light disses him. Like, it's hilarious. That track's hilarious. The Loneliest with Slum Village is a fucking vibe. The storytelling tracks, Payback as a Grandmother, storytelling tracks. Of course, he's got like, you know, Common is usually thought of as like the sensitive rapper, whatever. The Light is probably
Conscious.
his best, you know, the conscious kind of element. He's got a song dedicated to Asada Shakur. It's like really powerful shit. You know what I mean? Like really, really powerful shit. Ghetto Heaven with D'Angelo is a beautiful song.
Yeah,
So for me, he's got everything. He's got like some hard shit. He's got some soft shit. He's got some thoughtful shit. And I think with Common, he's the best when he lets his collaborators do their thing. So Common isn't always getting in the way. He lets the music breathe. And of course, being a producer, I mean, the beats are the number one thing for me. So I mean, it just, yeah, man, that album, you gotta check that album out if you haven't.
That was a
listened to it,
good
man.
point,
It's
bro.
Beautiful. It's
That was a
beautiful.
good point. That was a good point what you said about you like Common don't let people get in the I mean, he doesn't get in the way of the other artists. That's even like on his the latest project he did with PJ.
Yes.
He kind of let her take over that whole thing. Like it's more her than. But yeah, you're right. I just noticed that. Yeah, that's real.
Didn't
That was a
Common
real
like
statement, yeah.
get in like a hardcore beef with somebody back in the day?
Ice Cube. Yeah. Not
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, West Side Connection as a whole, but yeah.
Yeah. And I think Louis Farrakhan broke that shit up, dog. It was like that. It was that
Yeah.
deep. But yeah, no.
Crazy.
But I just feel like as a whole,
questions.
Common's legacy is sort of like it's just
Common and
people
Ice
kind of
Cube, that's
forget.
crazy.
People forget that
Exactly.
shit. You know,
My
Especially
favorite
back
Common
then.
album is B.
B is
my favorite.
fantastic.
B is my favorite
B was
Common.
correct,
I did a paper on that joint in I don't know what, in high school. Yeah, I wrote a paper on what's that song? What if God they
Was a her
faithful. Yeah.
Love that shit,
Yeah.
bro. I love that
Yep.
song, man.
I did a whole
Nice.
paper on that joint in school. I remember that joint. Yep. That's
Nice.
what's up. That
On
was
the
a good
count of
one.
three, go. Well, that was a great album. I listened to that album.
The Questions is my favorite song on like Water.
Fire.
Yeah. The Questions is my joint. I love that beat.
I mean, Mos Def. You got Mos Def there too. I mean,
Yeah,
dude, it's
yeah.
like everybody was in the studio at the same time. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Bro, the Soul Aquarians, bro, that was like
Aquarius, dog. Never.
I wish
again.
I could have just been a fly on the wall in
That's
there, bro.
what I'm
I would have just
saying,
been
bro.
sitting there just looking, dog. Like I be reading books about Questlove and like reading about what they be doing in there and stuff, bro, and how it's just how they were creating. It was just I wish I could have been in there, bro. I just wish I could have been around Dilla, bro. Just
Oh
just
man,
like
you telling me, bro? You telling me?
just like oh god. All right, anyway, my bad.
Man, we're the same on that, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
I was just been watching, like, bro. That's how you do it. Okay. Oh man. Who
You getting
next?
it? Oh, I got
Asia,
it.
you're
All
up,
right.
bro.
All right. So, my first album that I'm picking is Theater of the Mind by Ludacris.
Oh,
Wow.
you know he almost made
Wow.
bruh.
Okay.
That
bruh.
was my shit.
Oh,
And I feel
go
like
ahead,
with
bruh.
this-
I can't wait to hear this.
So with this album, because when you think of Ludacris, you think of his albums, you think about his first three albums. You know, Southern Hospitality, Word of Mouth, Chicken and Beer. You think about those first three albums. So I feel like those first three albums overshadowed any other album that came off after that. Because after that, you had Red Light District, which was, then you had I think it was
Therapy.
Release Therapy, which was straight. And then you got Theater of the Mind, which is like his sixth album. And I feel like with this album, it's like he was more on like his lyrical shit with this one. Cause like with his past albums, he's like, I mean, he's still spitting with the flow and all that shit, but this is like, he was like, you could tell he was just having fun with the shit, like back in the day. And then as he got older, he got a little more serious with the shit, and he started like being more lyrical with the shit. Like he got songs with Nas, Jay-Z, Common. Hold on, let me go through the tracks. Lil Wayne, prime Lil Wayne. It's like, oh wait.
Yeah,
like, oh wait, Lil Wayne, like in his prime. Fucking who else he had in there? The Game. Of course, he had T-Pain in there. T.I., which he had a beef with like prior.
Yeah.
So it was just like,
and he killed T.I.
He did. He definitely did.
on the stump. On
the Young Buck joint.
Yeah.
Ludacris is in my top 10 rappers. Like
he's in my top 10 as well. He's in my top 10.
People forget about Luda, bro. People forget like he can really rap. Like
he can really rap.
See the thing about, so I was talking about this shit before. So like, with Luda is like that when he came out, he came out around the same time Jay-Z was in his prime, Nas, 50 Eminem, Nelly was still popular with Country Grammar and Nellyville. So like, it was just like, I don't want to say bad timing, but he's just got
crowded,
really
crowded space.
Yeah, it was just, it was so much shit at the time. So like, he's definitely, I want to say he's more underappreciated. I ain't gonna say underrated, but like underappreciated.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever watch that Method Man and Redman prank show? It was called Stone.
Nah.
All right, it's on YouTube. Go watch it. So they was trying to prank Luda into doing a verse for their album. They made like the worst beat ever, right? And they're just hitting things on the board, and it doesn't even make sense. The tempo keep changing, everything. And Luda gets in the studio and starts rapping to it. And Method Man's behind the camera. It's like before Ashton Kutcher's prank. He's like, he's really rapping to this. And like he was on it. And then so he comes out in the studio and he was like, I want you to add this sound. He was like, what is it? He was like, ribbit. Like he was like, make like a frog sound. And then Ludacris does that and writes a whole verse. And go look it up on YouTube. You're gonna be like, oh my god. And then they could not prank him because he was really getting busy. And then Method Man and Redman come out and be like, man, stop it before you make a real song.
I'm dead.
It's a prank. There's cameras all up in here.
That's funny.
Because Ludacris he's really good, and I always respected that. And like he kind of had that country rapper tag on him that they couldn't acknowledge him as a real lyrical rapper.
Right.
That's a good point.
And I was actually listening to his album like earlier today, and he had a track on there with DJ Premier, and I'm like, at that point, and at that point I was just like,
anytime Primo's on your track, anytime,
but even that, like,
always the case.
At that point, Primo never done a track with a Southern artist. At that point, I think Luda was like the first Southern artist he worked with.
That's crazy because he's from Houston. Primo's from Houston, dog. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
you would never know. You would never
exactly.
You would think.
Right, you think he's from New York?
New York, yeah.
Guru and whatever. Yep. But
man.
I'm gonna sing y'all that Method Man, Redman prank. Y'all gonna be laughing.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. My some of my albums are. Before we got on the pod, I was just like switching. Switching albums. I got some changes. As we speak, I got changes.
Come on, man.
Everybody has some changes this year.
I had honorable mentions, man. I had hella honorable mentions.
You can have honorable mentions. That's
this was one that this is one I had as an original. I had it in the original, but then I took it off. But then I want to put it back now.
All right, just do it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Fonte.
Wow.
Fonte. No news.
No news is
no news is good news, ain't it?
Yeah.
I think it's favorite charity for what's
no news is good news. Yep.
That joint.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yes. Fonte's one of my favorite rappers, dog.
Alright.
Favorite rappers.
Now let me break this album
down.
Little
Brother.
Yeah. I got Little Brother on my list. We're gonna go.
They say that's where Drake got his sound from.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah,
you can hear it.
He dedicated a songwriting award to Fonte. Fonte was supposed to be on Take Care too. They're supposed to be on Take Care together.
Bro, you can hear it and
you can hear it in So Far Gone.
You can hear it, bro. He sound like you can hear it when Fonte rap. He sound like Drake. Like they sound. They got the same cadence. But bro, have y'all heard this album first of all?
Yes.
I I haven't heard it, bro,
No.
and I love.
It's been a minute, but I have
Bro,
heard.
I just
I'm
downloaded.
Expensive jeans is my shit.
bro. Okay, all right. So let's go down the track list. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't heard this album, this is Phonte. This is like I was talking about Jay-Z with the 444, and it's like super mature Jay-Z. This is like super mature Phonte, bro. And he's addressing things like health, like, you know, his parents getting older, and his parents like, okay, Expensive Jeans, like you were talking about, Expensive Jeans.
Yeah.
This song, he's talking about his parents, you know, issues with health and diabetes. I guess it's diabetes or just weight
Sleep
and stuff like
apnea.
yeah, sleep apnea and stuff. Yeah. Got a sleep app to tell you got sleep apnea. You know what I mean? Like, but like, bro, it's just the way the song he's talking about his son, or like telling his son things, and said by the time you realize that your father was right, you probably had your own son tell you that you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like
Phonte go off. Yeah.
It's bro. It's classic. It's the classic Phonte sound. You could tell he got some kind of production from Nicolay and stuff like that. And Forte Chan, you could tell he got some of it on there. But bro, when I say it's just like you said, Drake, you could hear it too on this album too. You could hear like where Drake get his flow from, because Phonte is just giving you bars after bars, and this album is freaking amazing, dog. And I feel like nobody, like, Grammy worthy, bro. And I feel like nobody really listened to it. But when I say it's a beautiful album, bro, I said beautiful, dog. It's a beautiful album, especially as a man, like listening to it as a grown adult. It hits different. I think it hits different for men. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, dog.
Yeah, y'all gotta check it out, bro.
I mean, Phonte. Well, I'm gonna go over my next one is Lil Brother Get Back. That's one of mine.
Oh yeah.
Phonte, man. I mean, I love the way he matured. I followed him through Foreign Exchange with Lil Brother and Foreign Exchange. I just love the way he's evolved. I mean, that's what I think of. When I think of him, I think of somebody who's so down to earth that you can just relate, and it's just like you can really relate to him. He doesn't do the star shit, none of that Wale shit we were talking about, none of that shit. Like, it's just straight, like, talking to a person, and you can just feel it, man. It's just soul. That's what I fell in love with hip hop in the first place. And his shit, he's always evolved. I always love that about him.
Bro really like that, man. Like that album is magical, dog. Like, that's the only way to explain it. Like, it's really good. Play straight down, bro. Let it just run. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a story.
Thank you,
it's a
bro.
story.
Thank
yeah.
you, bro. Thank you. I'm adding that shit right now, man.
I gotta do my next pick.
You up?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, yeah.
American Gangster.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh my god!
That's
I mean, I know it probably made y'all list, but this album like changed my life because it was like on some grown man, like being a Jay-Z fan. It was hard for him after the Black Album because like everybody wrote off Kingdom Come. Yeah. It was hard, and it was like I'm trying to explain to people why Jay-Z is the greatest rapper ever. It was hard to try and argue Jay-Z.
What do they have amnesia? What are they like? Would they forget a Blueprint? And
exactly.
That's crazy. You had Lil Wayne though too. Lil Wayne.
You gotta remember, this is Lil Wayne era.
Yeah.
And these young kids are just like, and I'm a Wayne fan, but it was just like I'm trying to explain Jay-Z still the GOAT, and then American Gangster comes out, and it drops. And I got something to argue with, and I'm trying to explain the music. Like, it's you cannot skip. There's no skips on it. You can sit back and ride to this album. I felt like this album, he was in his zone, and the movie kind of reflected the type of person that he was growing into. It was no pimps and bottles on the boat. It was like business, grown man, gangster. I'm an OG now, old school gangster, respected. And he was just so he was just so swagged out.
It was so swagged
out. I'm more Frank Lucas than Ludacris.
Type mafia shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that shit.
And I felt like it always was underrated because most people wrote it off because they thought it was a soundtrack. And I hate when people write off soundtrack because it was like titled with the movie. And most people wrote it off, and nobody was bumping it because like I think the lead single was Blue Magic.
Yeah,
And Pharrell produced track.
That shit was hard too.
Mhm.
And then later on, you're listening to Party Life, and you in the car
Rock
singing,
Boys.
Rock Boys.
She's on my
Dog.
Sweet.
When you do, you got nothing to do.
Yeah.
Headed to the party. And you
Party
just
life.
You used to hamburger helper, baby. I mean, we used to blame young. We used to blame young. It's kind of hard to make a hamburger helper, baby.
I'm just gonna let the beat ride for real.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like just
The
let it
end of
ride.
that song, that beat start doing a lot of different things, and you just let it ride till this track ends. And then what was the I Know when he
I
says
know
rap
that was my
about-
shit. I know it's my shit.
No,
You love
that shit.
shit.
That was,
love that
and
one too,
I
bro.
just argued with Jay-Z the other day that
Those arpeggios
being a
are crazy.
storyteller rapper, he rapped that whole
Yeah, they're
song about
arpeggiated.
being drugs to this girl,
Right.
and she needs a 9.5 steps is better than 12 weeks.
Mhm.
So
But you can take it both ways. You can take it like him talking about a drug, or talking about like just another dude
Ex-
type shit.
exactly,
Double
the
awesome.
only track on here I think he could have left off was Hello Brooklyn.
Hello,
I fucked with Hello Brooklyn.
Hello
I see why you
Brooklyn.
did it though. But I fuck with Hello
kinda
Brooklyn.
like
It
I
was
liked
the
it.
weak. It was. I get
It
what
was
you're
the
saying.
weak.
It was like his weakest bars,
See,
but
Yeah, I think it was the weakest bars, but I thought like the
still
808 was so pronounced on that. 808 was so popular in hip hop.
that
at that
808 was
time.
loud as fuck
I
too.
actually thought it was sort of interesting
Too
just
loud,
to have the
low-key.
808, like with all the rest of the tracks have like this organic type of flow. I liked it. I liked the 808.
I felt like
I liked
he
it.
didn't get Lil Wayne's best.
Oh hell no, Lil Wayne.
So this is prime Wayne.
He's singing and shit.
I
He
feel
was
like
singing.
he sent that. He
Yeah.
might have sent that. I think that song. I think I remember saying it was meant for Lil Wayne's album,
Oh,
and
okay.
I think Jay-Z took it back or something like that. And I felt like, and Lil Wayne in his prime going in, he probably hopped on this beat and just did not care. I
That's
don't
when he
think
was
Lil
coming
Wayne.
Tunchi.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
That's a good point, though.
I felt like when people hop on tracks with Hove, they give their best. And I just felt like Lil Wayne did
Yeah.
not deliver on Hello Brooklyn.
It was weird because Mr. Carter he like did. So he did. I mean, I wouldn't say it was his best performance, but he definitely like after Hove's verse, he went in like he did, but not on that one. Yeah, that's weird.
And then the only funny thing I laugh about this album was, you remember on Ignorant Shit, he was like, and first thing I'm gonna do is free Siegel. Go. And then Siegel just goes off.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the way
But-
Just Blaze
nigga,
flipped
you
that
not
shit,
the
dog. The way Just Blaze flipped
Hey.
that shit. We've all heard that beat a million times, but he took the
Exactly.
bridge.
Yeah.
He took the bridge. Oh, I love that. I love
Um,
that. I love what he did with that.
And then
I
Lil
love what he did
Wayne
with that.
and Drake redid it on their mixtape to redo it. But what always I thought was funny was he said, first thing I'm gonna do is free Siegel. And if you go listen to the court documents of when Siegel was in court and Jay-Z had to be there, the judge asked Jay-Z, if I release him, would you take responsibility for him? And Jay-Z said no. And Siegel went back to jail.
Damn. No
And
way.
And Siegel said he understood this is a grown man trying to do his billionaire thing. He can't be responsible for another grown man. But I always thought that was funny. He was like, and first thing I'm gonna do is free Siegel.
True.
And sent Siegel back to jail.
American Gangster might be one of the best soundtracks, if you want to classify it, I've ever heard in my life. Like for it to incorporate, like
You
mesh
talking
with
about
a
like
movie.
rap soundtracks?
I'm just talking about in general.
Just in
like,
general.
in general, because it meshes so well. I've never heard it. It's not corny, and it's not corny. A lot of people don't listen to soundtracks because it's too, you know what I'm saying? It's corny. Like, but it's perfectly done, bro. Like I ain't never heard nothing like that.
He had clips from the movie, and I think it was before the movie came out. He had Idris Elba doing the intro. He had Beyonce talking in the background. He had Denzel clips in the freaking album, and it was just like,
Ain't nobody on me though. Boom.
The man I work for. Man, I work for.
Oh my god.
American Gangster.
That album was better than the movie. The movie was good, but the album was better than the movie for me.
Exactly.
That
And
album.
I feel like he was in his zone, and he was just like he has nothing to prove. But after the Black Album, and you get Kingdom Come, you get the Best of Both Worlds. I don't even remember what else he put out after that. It was kind of like Hove might be done, and then he drops American Gangster.
the best of both worlds.
The best.
That never happened.
We don't talk about that. No,
That never happened. No one listens to that shit.
The white minks. Oh my god.
He who should not be named.
You know who.
Yeah, but he said you know.
So that was my second pick, and it's kind of hard when you say Jay-Z has a underrated album, and you're just like Jay-Z
he
is
does,
like
though.
the
Yeah.
top artist of our time.
Yeah.
Reasonable Doubt is underrated. I would even say that's underrated, to be honest. He has two.
Can you say it's underrated?
Yeah.
Everybody uses that as their basis of.
I don't think so. I think people use Blueprint when they talk bass.
Yeah.
I think Reasonable Doubt, like, you're a hip hop head, of course you fucking heard of it. You know what I mean? But in terms of it wasn't commercially successful when it came out.
It was
and it wasn't like an Illmatic. When Illmatic came out, it wasn't commercially successful, but it was popping in the streets. And eventually it became revered as a classic. So but I hear what you're saying though, Alex, because like definitely not as good of an example as American Gangster, because American Gangster flew under the radar. Like I can't say Reasonable Doubt really flew under the radar like for not for hip hop heads. Definitely not. Yeah, no.
Sure, I feel like that album helped sell the movie.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
You going to see that new Jay-Z movie?
Definitely.
You got Denzel,
right?
Then you go to the movies and like, where's Jay-Z?
They got Common, T.I., they got all these other rappers, but they don't have.
But Jay-Z ain't in it. Yeah,
right.
I didn't even think about that, bro. He ain't in the movie.
This is false advertisement.
Everybody else in the damn.
That's real. Got a spot. He definitely could have got a spot.
Idris Elba was in the joint.
Right.
He could have walked down the street or some shit.
Could have
been a goon, like a random goon, like or whatever. Like that would have been hilarious. That would have been so funny. Yeah, that's good shit.
Hey Jay, you gonna hate me, bro? Because I told you it was hard, bro. I been switching them up.
All good.
Who's up next? I think I might be up next. Yeah. So I'll go off of Fonte. So I put Little Brother. I put Get Back. I fucking love.
That's the one that had
I fucking love the album.
I'm trying to make sure that's the one.
The one with Lil Wayne, I mean, is the one that people know. Don't go breaking my heart. That one. Let me just search the album real quick though.
Yep.
He said Get Back.
Get Back.
Yep, Breaking My Heart on that joint. Yep.
Breaking My Heart. Yep. Yeah, so
that's the one that had good clothes on it, right?
The best beat was done by Ninth, but you know what's crazy is, I mean, I love all their albums. I really like Minstrel Show. But I felt like, man, this one, but something about this one, like just the energy of it was so uplifting. Like songs like Dreams, like Good Clothes, like
that's my shit.
It's just kind of like inspiring, you know what I mean? And just like anyone could relate to, you know what I mean? Song like After the Party, that I love that one.
Yeah.
Because it's all like it has great skit in it too. Like Fonte's hilarious. I mean, he does all the funny ass skits. Fucking hilarious. His skits are hilarious.
His skits be the best, bro.
So funny. The ones on Minstrel Show are hilarious too. But he did his thing again on this one. Just like some of the songs, Extra Hard, another one. Like it's just so motivating. Like, they seem so inspired. Like personally, I thought like the production would really suffer. I fucking love Ninth. I was surprised. Like, I mean, I love High Tech and shit. I love them too. Illmind was doing his thing at that point too. But the production wasn't a problem. I expected it to be a problem, but it actually wasn't. It was good. The production was good too. I wouldn't say they're my favorite beats, but a lot of them were really good. I just think overall, man, just as a listen, for people like, there's so many rappers that want to be bigger than a person. They want to be like celebrity. They want to be more than just a regular person. We talk about Wale. We talk about that kind of mentality. These are two rappers that don't give a fuck about that and just care about rapping. They love rapping and they rap for like everyday people. That's what really got me into rap initially. So this album, man, it's a fantastic album. You gotta check it out.
Little Brother got heat, bro.
Fact.
Like hella heat. Like they got hella albums. Them joints.
Yes, sir.
I'm writing these down. I'm about to go back.
Alright,
Fonte, man.
guess I go
Oh,
ahead.
Fonte.
The next album I picked is A$AP Rocky's Testing album.
That shit was hard.
Yeah.
That shit was hard.
But again, there's another joint that doesn't really get talked about compared to his like previous albums. But this is like probably like his most experimental album. Like he wasn't really on the whole like Houston sound like that for real. Compared to his other joints, it wasn't like dark compared to like his sophomore album. He really didn't have anything like bumping like that other than like Praise the Lord. That's probably like his only like really bumping track. That and Guns and Butter maybe. But everything else was kind of like again like experimental. What like he was trying to experiment with his sound, and that's why I fucks with A$AP Rocky because none of his albums sound the same. Mine's still little ad-libs and shit that he does, but none of his albums, like solo albums, sound the same. It's always different. He's always experimenting type shit.
The visuals for that album that he had were dope as hell.
Yeah.
Like all his videos and stuff that he
I
did.
love, I love the one with Skepta, dog, where he's in there in London. They're like in East London in his hood, and then they cut to Harlem. I love that shit. I love that one.
His visuals dope as hell. I heard it. I was talking about him today. Matter of fact, somebody's telling me go check out his new video. So they said,
With Rihanna.
Yeah, they said that shit dope.
I've never understood people's fascination with A$AP Rocky.
Cause he's creative as hell.
He different, bro.
I don't see it, man.
He got his own. I mean, he got his own sound, bro.
Is it his lyrical ability? Is it? I don't know.
I think
it's more so the sound. It's more so the sound. It's the swag.
It's the whole,
it's more
confidence.
Fashion. It's the fashion. It's the
okay.
sound.
I get the fashion,
yeah,
but I've tried like so. There's some diehard A$AP Rocky fans out there, and I've tried to understand. Like I get it when you say Travis Scott, but they feel the same way about A$AP Rocky that people feel about Travis Scott. And I've always tried to listen to his music. I could never.
Mimi. Thank you, Mimi.
Mimi. What up, Mimi?
Mimi hip.
I love testing.
That's go hard.
Yeah, testing's that shit. All his albums went hard though.
Yeah.
But of course, when you think of A$AP, you think about his very first project. Was it Long Live A$AP?
Long Live A$AP.
Long Live A$AP. I always get them shit. I always get those 2 times.
Yeah, me too.
Hold on, which was the first one? Which one's first one? Long Live or Long Love?
I think Love. I want to say Love. Let me look it up. Hold on. I want to say.
So it was Long Live A$AP came in.
That's the one that had Pesos on it.
Okay,
so
nice A$AP.
I got on.
Long Love A$AP then.
Pesos came. Yeah. I remember A$AP.
Yeah, Long Love. Live Love
A$AP.
Live Love A$AP.
Those are 2 different albums.
Yeah, exactly.
And Live Love.
Exactly. That's the one that had Pesos on it. That was like Pesos. What's up?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I first got hit to like Schoolboy Q on that project too.
Schoolboy Q.
Oh,
I got one. Who is on?
It's on you.
Damn.
It's on. All right.
Real quick.
This ain't on.
Real quick. Who's the dude in the TDE camp? You know what I'm talking about?
Absol.
Absol.
No, not Absol.
We all thought Absol.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Name TDE camp.
J-Rock.
Schoolboy Q, Isaiah Rashad, Sir,
SZA.
Schoolboy Q.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I always looked at A$AP Ferg as his Schoolboy Q in his group.
Like the ratchet guy.
Yeah.
I can see
I can see that.
I can see that.
Yeah, too.
Everybody need that guy.
Ferg makes some good shit too though. I fuck with Ferg though. I low-key fuck with
Ferg
Ferg.
is nice.
Ferg is really
Ferg nice, bro.
Ferg nice.
Really good. He can rap too, bro.
Ferg really nice, bro.
He's
He makes some bangers.
I made y'all.
Always.
All right, this ain't on that initial one, but
He changed it.
I got a whole list of albums right here, bro. It's Eminem Infinite.
Wow. Wow,
Yes.
that's interesting. That's
I ain't gonna hold you. I was gonna put that on my list. I was gonna put that shit on my
Eminem.
list too.
wow.
Infinite. And I say it's underrated because a lot of people don't even know it exists.
I don't know.
I did not know it existed.
That's facts.
A lot
That's
of people
before
don't.
Slim Shady.
That's
That's before Slim Shady EP.
And
What?
I might be wrong.
Whole different artist. Whole different
Yeah,
artist.
yeah.
I might be wrong, but I heard that the reason that it didn't really hit off so
How?
well was because Illmatic came out in 96, right? Illmatic,
Nah,
94.
94. Not, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What came out in 96? Reasonable Doubt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Reasonable
Reasonable
Doubt.
Doubt.
Okay, yeah.
It was
so
written.
they said Dilla around that time though it was written. Yeah, okay, yeah. They said around that time they were comparing him to like Nas and
AZ.
and the AZs and stuff, and that's why it
Yeah.
didn't really sell like that.
I heard that too.
And then because if you listen to this album, you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, is that Eminem, bro?
Exactly.
Like,
Nah, dog. It's a
Like-
different artist, though.
and I can go down, you know what I'm saying? I can go down the track list. My cousin from Alaska told me about this album when I was 16, bro.
Damn, they hip in Alaska.
First of all,
Bro.
the black people in Alaska.
He was in the military. They was in the military.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but he came down here into something. He put me on this joint, bro. So like my favorite songs from this album are "It's Okay," "It's a Broke Day," but everything is okay.
It's okay. Hey,
That joint, 313 is a joint.
Yeah.
313, yes, sir.
Never Too Far is my shit.
Oh,
Never
shit.
too far, never too far. From Revenue Bar, you could rule the world. You could do anything. It's on you, baby. That joint. So yeah, man, just go back and listen to it. It's
Maxine
really
was my shit.
Maxine was hard too, bro. But just the way he was rapping, bro, it really showed like Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Slim Shady and you got you know what I'm saying. You got your Marshall Mathers Eminem,
got
but it's
that.
different layers to bro. Like bro,
Mm-hmm.
really can. It's on some conscious shit, low key.
Yeah,
It is crazy,
yeah.
like. But it's a real good album, bro. It's like one of my favorites, like of all time.
Facts.
Good one,
Facts.
man. That's like good one, Jerome. I
Yes.
like that. That's a
Yeah, that's
great
one-
one.
that's my
I
favorite.
never knew that album even existed.
And you can only find it.
Yeah.
You can't stream. You got to find it on like
Yeah.
YouTube or
You gotta
something.
find it
Oh,
on.
yeah.
You gotta go
No,
to YouTube for it. It's
Yeah,
on
the one
YouTube.
on you. I think the one there is one for streaming, but they fucked it up. It's like
Oh yeah, they
it's-
remixed the whole. They
yeah,
remixed the whole
remade-
beat.
I think
It's
the
whack.
sample
I hated
was
that shit,
terrible.
yeah.
I hated that shit. But
It's
other
whack
than
as
that,
hell.
yeah.
But the original version was on YouTube though.
Bro,
There's
the original is
another
real.
AJ, we were
hip-hop
bumping
shit.
that shit like a month ago, a couple months ago.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
played
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Hey, that's that shit, bro. I'm telling you, that whole album.
That's a
go.
great one. I love that. That's a great pick.
And don't nobody know about it, bro. That's the crazy
Nobody
thing.
knows
Like
about it.
nobody
Facts.
know about it.
Yeah, man.
Alright.
Was his name Eminem when he?
Yeah, it
on
was still
the-
Eminem.
Yeah,
It was
Eminem.
Eminem.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah, because it is a whole different artist. Like you said,
It's-
like without the theatrics, I mean, literally, the dude Eminem got discovered because he was picking up chainsaws. He would rap with like a white, like
Jason
Jason
Mraz.
Jason Mraz,
He was doing
yeah.
freestyle freestyle competitions in LA. That's how I got discovered by Dre. And like all that shit. Like it wasn't until all the theatrics he got big, but
Yeah.
he could always rap, and everybody
Oh,
gives him that
exactly.
respect because, as you can see on Infinite, he could rap even back then. He could rap.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He
Like-
could rap. And people compare him to AZ, like that's a problem. That's a good
Yeah.
fucking thing. AZ's
Yeah.
on my list. We're about to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
AZ.
AZ.
AZ go hard.
Yeah,
Hell
Sugar
yeah.
Hill.
yes sir.
Yeah.
Sugar Hill. I wanna chill. That's my shit.
Yeah, he's got some joints.
My favorite verse from AZ will always be his verse on Life's a Bitch.
Yeah, bro.
That will forever be my
Yeah,
favorite
bro.
verse from him.
Yeah, dog. He snapped on
sure.
that shit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
The way he just came in, man. The cadence he was
Right.
coming in.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I love that 90s cadence, bro. That you know
I
what I'm
love
Yeah,
that
yeah.
90s
saying?
shit,
That back to
bro.
back. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
God, I love that 90s shit, bro. Yes, sir.
Life's a bitch and then you die.
That's why we get high.
Yeah, that's my shit, bro.
Yeah, so AJ, did you do yours already? We're at 3, right? We're doing 3.
I did too. I think Duran
Yeah.
did too.
I'm on 3. I did.
No,
3.
Duran's on 3. So I think Alex is your turn now.
Oh dang!
You made some changes too, didn't you?
No, I did.
Oh,
I
okay.
did. But it's hard to explain this album because
Hold on.
all right, let me pull it up. I gotta look at the track list.
I think I know which one. I think I know which one you about to pick too.
No, you don't. All right,
I do. I do.
Deeper than
I
rap,
do.
Rick Ross.
Ooh, that's
right.
interesting. The beats are fucking crazy.
That's
Thank you.
Justice League, baby.
Justice League. Lost
Justice
League.
League
baby.
Justice
Yeah.
League does not
Welcome
miss.
aboard.
They,
Yeah.
Justice League does
I
not
think
miss.
they did the whole album, but musically,
Justice League.
I don't think people appreciated what was going on that album. Like, I watched all the interviews. Like, when you listen to, everybody talks about Maybach Music too. That was the lead single, but every verse had different instrumentation, and every verse had different melodies. So it wasn't like, let me make 8 bars of beat and let it repeat, or let me put this melody, copy and paste it to the next melody. No, it was different patterns, different rhythms, different instrumentation, and it was like you could sit there. I don't know, but not even just that. This album, I put deeper than rap because you know what you're getting when you listen to Rick Ross. Rags to Riches rap, non-stop. And before this album, it was he can make hit singles, he can do hit features, but then when he brought deeper than rap, and people, my mama was listening to Magnificent. So, and he's rapping about drugs, girls, and everything.
I'm rich off cocaine. So rich off cocaine.
Bruh. Rich off cocaine, Yacht Club.
The beat is crazy. Yacht Club, his beat is crazy.
One thing about Rick Ross, he knows how to pick a beat.
That's what I always said about Rick Ross.
I heard that Rick Ross actually picks his beats before he makes the songs. Like, he'll put the beats in order of the track list, and then he actually raps. But that's how he gets his track list together.
It makes sense because I feel like he just went to Justice League studio, locked them in, and said, "Ain't nothing leaving this building until y'all make my album," and they just went ham with it. And like, I ranked this album not just musically, it was amazing, but you know what you're going to get with him with Rag to Riches. If you remember this year, it was 2009. He can make big singles, he can do big features, but can he make an album? This album solidified that. On top of the fact he was beefing with 50 Cent at the time. Everybody thought Officer Ricky was done.
Officer Ricky,
and then this is 50 Cent who put Ja Rule in the grave.
Right.
So it's like
he thought he was next.
Everybody thought he was done, and then he dropped Mafia music. And if you go back and listen, he went straight for like 5 minutes, just dropping bars, going in, not afraid to like get back at 50 Cent, and he just killed it. And I was like, you know what? You're not gonna put someone who makes music like this in the grave like you did Ja Rule. He's gonna stand the test of time because his music stands the test of time. Yes, his Rags to Riches rap. But if you're going to do one particular type of lyrical rap, you got to be the best at it. So if you get my Rags to Riches, you about to get the best. I was poor eating noodles, and now I'm popping champagne. And he's going to rework that verse a million different times to make it better each time. On top of the fact, what else about this album? Dang. I always love music that transfers to band music. So, you know, we all band heads. There's a song in there called In Cold Blood. Y'all should go listen to it. I always waited for a band to play it, and if it has enough instrumentation, melody, and music to transfer to a band song, it always has me sold. So, and then this was also around the time that like it was hard for Rick Ross to identify himself, because come on, you Rick Ross, you take a famous gangster name, you think you acting like you're the biggest kingpin in Miami, and then you know a rapper's made it whenever you hear they sound on the track. Like, you know, Jay-Z, he hops on the track. You know, Lil Wayne, if you hear the lighter flick, Wayne about to go in. But when Rick Ross, you know it's coming.
AJ, do the Jadakiss. AJ, do the Jadakiss for us, dog. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So
I can't do that.
You got hit. Oh, you hit that Wiz Khalifa laugh. You gotta do the Wiz Khalifa.
But I think when
this
rappers
beat go perfect with my belt.
when rappers reach that moment that they're identified by just the sound, I think they made it and they stand the test of time. Because you remember back in the day when you hear like with Devil in a New Dress, when you didn't even know Rick Ross was coming on, you just heard the beat play out and the beat's going ham, and then all you hear is and then you just like, oh. And then Rick Ross come in and he kills his verse on Devil in a New Dress. And it was just like, you're not going to stop Ross. Ross is one of those rappers. He can call Jay. He can call Ye. He can call anybody in the game and they'll give him a verse.
That's
so Deeper Than Rap, that album, that was a weird time for me. I had just flunked out of college. So I went to A&T. And this was before I came to Winston. I was listening to Deeper Than Rap for one summer, and like that just got me through the summer until I got back into college. So, yeah, I don't know if y'all respect Rick Ross, but
I do. I think he's great at what he does. I think he's very consistent. Most of all, for me, he's got great taste in beats, and he always has. What happened in the album after this? Lex Luger. He hopped on that shit and then launched that shit forward.
He started that sound.
Changed all the production for all our producers, and now I don't use a keyboard and I'm fucking drawing MIDI notes because of that shit. You know what I mean? Like his taste in beats is very, 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 very good. Very, very good. And he's got a memorable voice too. Like, you know what I mean? Because I think even though people were questioning whether he's really gangster, he's 6'3", big ass dude who comes on your track and goes, whoo! Like, you're not fucking with him. Like, he has the sound. He's got the sound. Like,
and then, as a rapper, he wasn't afraid of any of the conflict and controversy. Like, once someone calls you a cop or an officer and you're a rapper, you're done. And he was like, well, I was a correctional officer and they the biggest gangsters in the prison. They the ones bringing it in.
He owned that shit. He owned that shit.
So he was just like, to overcome that type in his rap career and then drop this album, it was just amazing. Rich Off Cocaine. I think, this wasn't the album Nelly was on, but like The Usual Suspects with Nas.
Yeah, I like that shit. Bro, I like this right here. So on Wikipedia, the genre of the music, someone calls it hip-hop luxury. That's the genre. That's exactly what I would say with Rick Ross. It's like a silk suit. You like walking out in Miami, a fine wine, big cigar. Like, he is Miami. He really that
top shelf rap.
Yeah, like that top shelf.
There it is.
Exactly.
Top shelf.
Exactly. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's cool. Man.
And then the albums after this, he like God Forgives I Don't, Mastermind. Yeah. He really went ham. And what was it? Dang, what's that song? You know what I'm talking about. Well, never mind. I was about to say the one he did with Drake, but he did a million songs with Drake.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the Martin.
But they never had a bad collaboration either, though.
Exactly. Lemon Pepper Wings.
Right. Between those two and Lil Wayne, whenever they do a collaboration with any of those three, it's always a fucking banger.
Yeah. Stay Scheming.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was thinking. But yeah, that was my third pick. So, and people forget about that album. So,
yeah. So I'll go next. So we'll go back to AZ. The Nas that could have been. That's what it is. When I hear him, like that dude could have been Nas. That dude could have been Nas.
Yeah.
He could have been Nas. But you see what happens to a lot of artists, because not everybody can be number one. Great rapper who just happened to not get that perfect moment of commercial success and all those different things. You see what happened even with Nas's career. When he first launched the album, Illmatic, and when he was 20 years old, he had Q-Tip, he had LES, he had Large Professor, he had DJ Premier, he had all the right people around him. AZ didn't have that. And that's one of the reasons why AZ didn't become Nas. But in terms of the lyrical quality of AZ,
he had it.
On Asiatic, he fucking murders the track. He is crazy. And there's one song in particular where he just raps for 2 minutes straight, and it is so crazy. I'm gonna look up the name. Oh, I think it's Hustler. I think it's that one. Or maybe it's Rebirth. Either way, so this album, the flow of it is really nice. It's got that kind of like, it came out in 2002, and it sort of has like that soulful kind of sample sound that Kanye was doing at the time. But there's no like high level producers, nobody famous like that. We got like Buck Wild on there and shit. LES is on there too. But I just feel like I had to put an AZ album because he is so forgotten, but his ability to rap like is par none. And he has a song. He has a song with Nas on there. That's a great song. Yeah, man, I had to put AZ on there, man. Like, cause he doesn't give you like, for example, I put Common, I put like Water for Chocolate was one of my choices. AZ isn't gonna give you that variety, but he'll give you a lot of gangster shit. He'll give you that woke gangster shit. Like that's what he gives you, like the conscious gangster shit. Like, you know, like Nas will give you the same. But I feel like he just does it so well, but nobody remembers this man's name. So I had to put it on there.
That is crazy. I never knew what happened to AZ. Like, I just know, like, you heard about him, and then it's just like he just got lost in the timeline of hip hop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what happens.
But also, what fucked him up though was that Firm album.
Yeah,
That's what fucked him up too.
like flop, yeah.
The Firm, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Firm, yeah.
I don't think he really recovered from that because he was still dropping like consistent albums, like every like maybe every 2 years type shit. It just wasn't like commercial for real, compared to like Nas and everybody else.
Yes, sir.
All right, my pick. I'm keeping New York.
Yeah,
my next pick.
Let's go.
Oh shoot.
Onyx.
Oh,
All we got is us.
Shit.
Taking that shit. We taking it back.
Let's take it back, bro.
Taking it back, yeah. Hey. Onyx as a whole is really slept. The group as a whole is really slept on. Cause I feel like they're low-key like the start of like hardcore rap. Like with all the yelling, like the raspy voice and all that top shit. Like they were the ones that low-key started that shit. Paved the way for like MOP and all them other like New York cats that were rapping like that. And all y'all know Slam. Like that was like their biggest hit. Slam was their biggest hit off their first album. But then this second album comes out, like it doesn't really get talked about. But like this album was like was more darker. I don't know. I have a thing for like darker albums, like dark albums, low key dark themed albums type shit. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm evil, but. But nah, like it was really a dope album. Like I said, it had the darkness, like the ruggedness. It was more lyrical compared to the first album. The first album it was more like having fun type shit, kind of like Ludacris. Like when I was talking about Ludacris earlier, like his first couple albums, like you could tell there was like having fun, joking type shit. But this one was like more serious, more darker nature, more darker theme. And then and I'm trying to remember the singles. They had what's the joint? Hold on, Last Days. I don't know if you remember from 8 Mile when Eminem battled Lotto.
Lotto.
Yeah, the big dude.
Yeah. So you remember that beat? That's what
Lotto.
Yeah. Fuck Lotto.
It wasn't. He wasn't the one with the braids. What was he?
Yeah, that was one of the no, the big nigga, the one with the tight ass tank top.
Yeah.
He's
like, well, Snoop Dogg has got a new bra.
Yeah.
I ain't hear a word he said. Hibbity hoopla.
Right.
Yeah.
So like that beat was like on this album. Like it's an Onyx beat. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that, but like that was like one single. Shout was definitely a uplifting song. What else? Yeah. What else? What's the other album? Damn, I can't even think right now. All we got is us, Purse Snatchers. Right, exactly. That was nigga from Alicia. Q. Fredo Starr was Q from Alicia.
Yeah.
All them niggas was acting, well, just him and Sticky Fingers. Those only still were acting for real. But yeah, this one kind of gets like swept under the rug because like this kind of falls under the whole the sophomore curse type of thing because the first one overshadows it, but all like true hip hop heads know that like this is low key like their better album. But it just didn't get talked about as much because it doesn't really have like a commercial single compared to Slam. Yeah.
Y'all gonna laugh at my next one.
Oh god.
Is
Yeah,
it on?
I
Is it
mean-
on the list or just another one?
It's
This-
Pimp a
it's on-
Butterfly. It's a Pimp a
nah,
Butterfly.
it's on the list.
Just
It's
one
on-
more.
It's on the list. It's on the list. It's a Kanye joint though.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
God.
Okay.
Jesus.
Nah,
You
it's not
better not.
Yeezus.
Oh,
Is that-
Jesus could have made it though.
It's not
Life
Yeezus.
of Pablo.
It's not Life of Pablo.
Oh,
That's how underrated it is. Come on, let's see.
Keep
Oh
going. I already
Yay?
know. I already know where you're going.
Yay! It's yay.
man, bye. Oh, yay.
It might just be me. It's my list. Hey, look.
My
look.
bad. My bad. That was the first one.
Hey,
Good,
but
Trey.
listen. All right, I'm gonna say this because this might be, it might be just a personal thing for me, and I probably didn't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But
It's your opinion. It's your
yeah,
opinion. Man. We
yeah.
want to hear your opinion, bro.
Yeah, so like I went back and okay, I'm like a huge Kanye fan, just in production, music, all
Yes,
all
sir.
forms. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So when I listened to this album the first time, I remember when I first heard this album, I was on the road and I played it when the day it came out, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. You know what I'm saying? Like I did because it's really because I think I was you know, I know how everybody has their feelings about his antics and, you know, things he does politically and all that stuff like that. But, you know, and I think that was kind of like, you know, the reason I really hated it. But I went back and listened to it as recent as like within the last 2 weeks. I've been going back and listening to it even before I knew about this. And I can say that going back and listening to this album is really, really, really good, bro. Like just when you look at the aspects of the things he's talking about, like because that's when I guess he announced that he was, you know, he's dealing with bipolar or just he's bipolar or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, mental health issues. I didn't know the correct way. Yeah, but mental health issues. You can hear it like the way he says, like at the end of the song, he said that's not a health issue, it's my superpower. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's dope. And then like even the one he's talking about daughters and talking about niggas is pimps, niggas is ballers, niggas is max until niggas have daughters. You know what I'm saying? And he's talking about how watching his daughter grow up and how he's gonna feel seeing his daughter, you know, the things she's gonna have to deal with. So it's, you know, you got Charlie Wilson on it on Make No Mistakes. You know what I'm saying? That joint always goes. And he's rapping on this. The reason, you know, some of my gripes against Kanye sometimes is he doesn't rap enough on his albums.
Yes, sir.
On this album, he's rapping on this. Like if you go listen to it, you know what I mean? So I think if you go back and give it a fair and just reasonable listen, it's a really, really good album. I just don't think people appreciated it as much just because of, like I said, all of the other things that were going on around it at the time it dropped.
My only gripe was that it was so short.
Yeah,
Quality over
it
quantity.
Yeah, I get that, but it was like
was short though.
23 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was this the first album of that like 4 week span? He dropped Nas, he dropped Pusha,
Yeah, Nas,
he dropped
Pusha,
Tiana Taylor.
Yeah, this is around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
This is around that time.
I think the rollout kind of messed up the album.
It was a lot going on at that time, bro, and that's why I didn't even listen to it. Like,
And
That's true. If
I
he
gave
just dropped
that one-
by
I
himself,
think I stayed where you was at when you first listened to it and you hated it, and I just never went back, especially after the whole poopity scoop mess.
yeah, and that's not on there, is it?
I know, but
That's not on there. That's not on there. I'm about to say it's not on there.
no, he leaked that before the album
Yeah.
to mess with Drake because Drake really wanted that beat, and he just poopity scooped on it.
so that's the reason I didn't know.
Yeah,
The reason. I had no idea.
Drake really wanted that beat, and Kanye dropped that song, and he was like, "Poopity scoop."
This next verse though. This next verse
he
though.
just wasted it. Yeah.
Wasted it for Drake.
Yeah, he's so petty, dog. That's
But I promise you, man, it's a good album, bro. Like, go
I'll
back
give
and
it a listen, Joe. I'll give it a
I'm for
listen.
real.
I'm gonna give it
scoop.
another listen because
Yeah.
when you said how I agree, you hated it at first. Then I'm just like, you know what? You're right. I hated it at first. I just never went back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to do that a lot of times with music too. It's
Saying yeah.
I got to be in the right, you know. Sometimes I'm
Yeah.
just not in the right mindset to hear it. Even with beats and stuff like that, you'll hear it and then you go
Absolutely.
back and hear it again. You go, oh, this shit was hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So yeah.
absolutely. I think I didn't really listen to it because the antics.
Said this poo putt.
He says poop.
Oh God, he got the.
Hey Spence, I'm about to start this comic again.
Looking like a poop putt.
Looking like a poo putt.
Not poop putt.
Hey man, it's my list.
Putt.
It's my list, man. It's my list, man.
Nah, I get it. I get it.
My list.
I get it. If ever that was gonna be an underrated.
I was gonna say that the antics were too much. Like I couldn't cut through the noise of all the antics to really listen to the album, and that's how I've been with Kanye for a long time.
And I think he kept pushing it.
And I wish,
yeah.
well, because I feel like he wants to be a celebrity more than he wants to be a musician sometimes. And I think he gets a little confused with that. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to be he wants to be in everybody's mouth, everyone talking about him. It started becoming so much more than the music that I was just like, with some of the Donald Trump shit and all that. Like I was just like, oh. That's why I didn't listen. But I mean, I'm a musician, so I can listen to music and I can let go of some of that. We don't need to know, just like I don't need to know what every single thing each artist I listen to does in their personal life. I don't need to fucking know all that shit.
Bro.
Like, let me listen to the music and just consume it as music. That's
You know, it's interesting. Even with some of the antics, he addresses some of them on the album, bro. Like he talks about how he said something about it's a song. He's talking about how like I guess Kim told him not to say certain things, and he's saying like he says it like she told me not to say. She told me not to say. She told me that was gonna mess the money up. And he says in the song like, if you ever had a girl that that holds you down or whatever. So he talks about it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's actually.
I'll listen.
He says some stuff. Yeah. It's actually dope.
I didn't, because you know what the whole Donald Trump MAGA thing was about, right? He was trying to get Hoover free.
Yeah, that's what they said. They just never reported it.
Yeah, and because he said if Hoover was free, all the gang violence in Chicago would stop. And he was trying to save his city. So after the fact, releasing the information. I don't know if that saves him, but if that really what he was doing,
I ain't worried about saving. I'm just worried about his music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't care about. Like I said, the political stuff aside, like I said, as a musician, I can listen to it. It's a lot of musicians and stuff that I don't agree with. Stuff they
agree with
they believe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But I can listen to a music. You know what I mean?
You listen to Robert Kelly.
Like it's a lot. Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's a perfect example, bro.
Exactly.
Like, hey.
That's how I look at him. I like try my hardest to do that. I don't. Yeah, I just put all that shit aside. You know what I'm saying? He's trying.
I respect that shit. I just keep comparing him to what he was. That's my problem. I'm like, I keep going like, you know what I mean? Like being nostalgic and romantic. Like, oh, but like, look what he did before. Like, how does, you know what I mean? That's where I struggle with that with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cause I love his music. I fucking love his music. He's one of my favorite producers. So it's just, man, that's where I'm at with it. But.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I
lost order. Who's up now?
It's on you.
All right.
It's Alex.
Me. It's me. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So another Ye album.
Oh my God! No way.
We're running out of underrated Ye albums.
Right. This is like the third Kanye album.
Yeah, but it's not Yeezus, and Yeezus easily could have been on there, but Pablo. I think it was underrated because you got to remember this is around that time with all the noise, and this rollout was crazy. Remember, I think this thing was Yandy first. No, Yandhi, and it changed. It kept changing name. I mean, you remember he voted on Twitter, so it was like a bunch of noise, and the whole tour was. I remember I bought tickets for that tour twice, and still he kept canceling my show date. And it was like a bunch of noise with this album. But when it finally dropped, a lot of people fell off the bandwagon, but I was right there for it, and I was like, I was like telling people, man, Pablo is a great Kanye album. They was just trying to say, no, it's not. And I was just like, yes, if you go back and listen to it, we know Kanye gonna give us some really good music. And from the first Ultralight Beam, Father Stretch My Hand. I didn't agree with part 2, taking Designer's beat, putting it on your album, but he did it. But he really went in on this album. And one of my arguments is always, this is the one album where Kanye got busy on Kendrick on No More Parties in LA. I don't know if y'all remember that track.
I do.
Man,
And
I did that, man.
I don't know if Kendrick wrote the verse for him, but Kanye held his own on that track, and you can sit back and watch them both.
That was a long ass verse.
Yeah, but he got busy. His rhyme pattern, his rhyme scheme. It was like back in the day before we knew Kanye wasn't writing all his bars. He was getting busy, and we was ready to throw Kanye up there as one of the best rappers until like all the who in good music was writing for him? I forgot who. Asahi. But I always said Pablo didn't get the appreciation it deserved because the Pablo what came before Pablo?
Jesus.
Yeezus, and everybody was mad about Yeezus, and then Pablo came out, and a lot of people did not feel fulfilled with Pablo. So I don't know. He brought Low Lights on here, and that was the one where it was just a bass and that woman singing. It was like, who thinks to do something like that? And then the Ultralight Beam sound in 30 hours, where he just goes.
Shit though. Yeah.
And I drove about 30 hours, and he's rapping about his cousin stealing his laptop and and Feel the Fade. Oh my god, like that track was just amazing for me. So I don't know. Maybe y'all think Pablo was a great album, but I feel like it didn't get its appreciation.
Yeah, I mean, for me, musically, I thought it was really dope musically, but I just felt like
shitting on that.
What do you do?
He said freestyle 4.
I feel like I think the music was good, but the rapping was not up to par though.
Okay,
That's
well, let me address that.
The lyrics weren't good enough. The lyrics just didn't do it for me. Like
I love Kanye.
Musically, it was dope.
I love Kanye. I miss the old Kanye. Like, come on, man. He addressed what everybody was talking about and made it into a song and responded to it and made a dope track. Like Backpacking Polo Kanye, Chop Up the Soul Kanye, and flowed on it. So it like, I love when rappers address like their fans and respond to it and make it into art. And I gave him credit for that. And it missed a lot of people, but I'm just like, that was a great album for me.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But were y'all even fans of Pablo? No.
Honestly, that was probably like the last before like maybe a couple years ago. That was probably like the last Kanye album I listened to like all the way through.
Yeah, me too. Actually, yeah.
So I fuck with Pablo though.
It was hard for him to make an album after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy as a piece of art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the exception of Watch the Throne, but that's not even like a solo.
Well, that don't even count.
Yeah,
like, that was the he dropped both of those in the same year, so he was on one vibe that year.
Facts, that's true.
And you didn't get a Grammy for neither one because he missed the deadline. So I don't know. That was my fourth pick, Pablo.
All right, Nick.
I'm up. Okay.
Yeah.
He said freestyle
4. My next pick, I'll just do The Roots. Do you want more by The Roots? I feel like
that's a joint, yeah.
That joint, I fucking love that album.
That was a good album.
Anyone who's a hip hop head knows who The Roots are, and anybody they know. But I mean, commercially, were they like big like that? Not necessarily. But this album, just as a listen, like it's just so smooth. It's just a beautiful fusion of jazz and hip hop, and just it felt like almost like a live album to me. Like it just was so. It's just warm. It's just like It's funky, like the raps are crazy. Black Thought's one of my favorite rappers, of all time. And it never got like too serious, except for the outro, which is extremely graphic. But other than that, like it's a smooth sort of ride from the Roots. Most people remember like Things Fall Apart as their best album, and some of their later albums like Game Theory that were a bit more dark and political and shit like that. This one is just straight like you feel like you're just just at one of their concerts at a small venue, listening to Quest on the drums and Black Thought rapping and live upright bass, whatever. Like it's just a good vibe, man. Just play that shit. It's just a good vibe.
It looked like a Blue Note record, like a
yeah, no, it does.
They match the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's good, man. So good.
He said, "Is that the one with the Jill Scott outro?"
Jill Scott outro.
I was.
Is it?
I don't think it's Jill Scott. I forget what her name is. I don't think it's Jill Scott. It might be a different one. Do y'all listen to the Roots at all? Like, what do y'all's opinion on the Roots?
Oh
yeah,
what?
You can't argue.
I want to hear. I want to hear something. I'm ready to go on to the next thing.
No.
Cause that's the joint that had Mellow My Man on it, right?
Yeah,
Mellow Man was my shit.
Bro,
yeah.
And then Black Thought, bro, he like
you can argue he top tier, like top 5 rappers, and no one will argue with you. So
facts. That's all facts.
And his freestyle abilities are
crazy.
It's a superpower. Like
I forget the name of the song. It's off of which one is it? It's off of The Tipping Point. He there's a song on there. You gotta hear that one. It's he just spits for like
I think I know what you're talking. I know what you're talking about. Bro, I heard it.
I think it's Web. Yeah, it's called Web. Listen, if you think he can't rap, listen to Web. The song WEB. He's fucking dog.
If you think you can't rap, slap yourself.
You're retarded.
Second of all,
right. I mean,
of all,
but I think
he used words like maniacal. He be saying maniacal in bars, like, you know what I'm saying, like
I think he went on Hot 97 and like freestyle for 10 minutes straight.
Yes,
and
I remember that. Yes.
And somebody literally wrote it down and put it online for people to read to show that this isn't a cheesy freestyle. Like he was really going in, dropping lyrical content that met with earlier in his verse to the end of his verse. So
hell yeah. All right, I am next. My next pick, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Thug World Order. I very slept on Bone Thugs album because of course when you think of Bone Thugs you think of Crossroads, the Crossroads, first of the month, Thuggers Records Bone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All them type shit.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, you think about all them joints. And with this album,
Charlie.
this Uncle Charlie. I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all.
Charles.
I feel sorry for any nigga named Charles, y'all.
I miss my Uncle Charles.
And I gotta say, yeah,
The most infamous line. But now, cause this album came out in like 2002. So this is like past their prime at this point. You know what I'm saying? They're more older. They're older now. They're above like the whole like devil worship shit, like all the evil type shit like evil thing type shit that they rap back in the day. But this definitely showed. I like this because it definitely showed their growth. But granted, Flesh and Bone was in jail at this time, so he wasn't really on the album like that. And Busy had his own beef with the group at the time, so he was kind of in and out with them too. But it still showed, like I said, it showed their growth. I mean, they still rapped about weed and all that shit because I mean, niggas Bone Thugs and Harmony. Of course, they're gonna talk about weed, but like it definitely, like I said, it shows their growth. Like they still had the same abilities, rapping fast and like flipping with the melody and all this type shit. So yeah. And then like I'm trying to remember the singles on here. Home, the shit with Phil Collins. They did a track with Phil Collins.
Bro, whenever you Phil Collins a cheat code, bro. I'm for real.
No,
He's accepted in the hood.
I'm for real. He accepted in the hood. Like, you play some Phil Collins, bro.
This nigga did the Tarzan soundtrack.
Paid him full.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like he had no reason going that hard for a Disney soundtrack.
That's what I said.
But he did.
Hey,
And Bone Thugs did a song with him.
Feel that dude.
Yeah.
It's
What's
my
your
go.
takes on Bone Thugs though?
On Bone?
Yeah.
I be honest with you. I never dove into Bone as much as I should, other than like the ones like Thuggish Ruggish, and you know what I'm saying, the ones you named.
Yeah.
It was certain ones I would listen to because I was heavy on I was heavy in 3-6 Mafia like when I was growing up. So like all the mixtapes growing up. So it's like that kind of, you know, I would hear Bone because of 3-6 Mafia because they all kind of correlate together. You know what I'm saying? They kind of say, yeah. But yeah, that's my take on them. They cool. I need that's a group I need to go back and really like dive into.
Me too.
You enjoyed that versus, didn't you, AJ?
I sure did. I sure did.
I enjoy that too, bro. I love 3-6, bro. 3-6.
I love both of them. They're both they're both one of my favorite
3-6,
groups,
bro. Coops the nigga. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
I just wish
Lord Infamous.
Lord Infamous. Where's the bud?
Yeah, where's the bud?
The bud. You looking for the bud? Hey.
Yeah. Where is the bud? The bud.
That is my shit, yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro. Without 3-6, it wouldn't be no trap music. Sorry.
Agreed.
I'm gonna say that. It's my go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Nick,
All right.
Nick went already. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got 4, bro. Yeah, you're
Oh,
up.
okay.
All right, so look. This ain't on the list neither. This is an honorable mention. This one is Jadakiss, Kiss of Death.
Mm.
Jadakiss, Kiss of Death. I feel
Was
like...
that the second one or the first one?
What you mean?
Second
Which
one.
album? That was the second one.
It's the second one. Yeah.
That's the one that had Y on it.
Why?
It's the one, Why Still
Okay.
Feel Me, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Let me see the track list. Hold on. What You So Mad At Now? You know what I mean? Had By Your Side.
By Your Side is my shit. That was my shit.
Oh, we got these niggas. Got these niggas.
Fucking cockroaches.
But yeah, man, like, and it's Jadakiss, bro. You know what you gonna get. It's bars. I think it was him at his best. I think it's when people, especially with that last that versus thing. I think a lot of people went back and gave it more attention that it should have had. But this is an album I specifically remember. It came out. What year did this joint come out? What, 2004? 04. So I was, you know what I'm saying. I remember riding in my whip, bumping this joint, and people not fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I'm from the South. You know what I'm saying? So it might have been like a cultural thing, but you know, I really feel like that's one album that has a lot of hits on it, a lot of good songs that doesn't get a lot of praise or as much praise as it should. You know what I mean?
Top 5 dead or alive.
I ain't never agree with that. I ain't never agree with
That's just off one LP.
I ain't never agree with that, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When it comes to punchline rappers, Jada's elite.
Oh yeah.
Oh, when it comes to features?
Yeah, nah, Jada gonna kill some features,
he gonna kill a feature.
Boy.
He gonna kill
a feature, bro.
That Dipset versus, man, Jadakiss was on another world.
Say we got Grammys, nigga.
And then they just
don't
did
know
the
what
whole
Grammys look like. They only know what Grams look like.
Man.
But
that might have been the best verses I ever watched with the locks going in. So,
that's definitely one of my favorite ones too.
Yeah,
that's up there, one of my favorites.
One was hard, bro.
Yeah, that one too.
They got the fight. They actually fought.
Busy ass. Busy for throwing water balls and shit.
And the Gucci one, that was good too.
It was great for me because I went in, I was Dipset in high school. I went in thinking Dipset about to wash the locks.
Nope.
And I came out, I was completely wrong.
I told niggas that too. I'm like, y'all slipping on the locks.
Bro, I was wrong too. I ain't even gonna lie, bro.
I was telling niggas, y'all sleeping on the locks. They got hits for days.
It's because I was Dipset. Like in high school, bro, I used to wear pink, bro. Like, hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? like I was that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, got
yeah.
computers puting. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I hate they give Cam trash. Cam was alright.
No, he wasn't.
After come home, I know after Purple Haze, like nah.
Yeah, it's like, come on, dog.
Right.
That boy said, I get computers puting. I get the shooters shooting. Oh my god, bro. Bars.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
All right.
Duran. Oh, it was me.
My nigga, he just
my
went.
bad.
I just went, bro.
Shoot. What was my last one?
Kanye again.
Kanye.
Don't make it Kanye.
Man, I only gave you two.
I know
I
what
can
the
throw
last
you
one
the
is.
The
It's
college
up here.
dropout, man. That shit's
It's up
trash.
here.
Man.
That shit was underrated, dog. Did nobody hear it?
Ain't nobody talking about college dropout.
Hey, nobody hear that joint, bro.
Don't nobody remember Jesus Rocks.
They didn't respect. They didn't respect.
No.
Dog.
Born Center, J. Cole.
He mentioned AJ. He mentioned J. Cole. Oh
I know.
God.
I know.
Here we go.
Born Center, man.
When I saw this pic, I was like,
What's wrong
okay.
with Cole? Hold on, what's wrong with Cole?
No,
there's nothing wrong with Cole.
Oh,
I have a lot
but-
of feelings about Cole. I think he's a great rapper, but I want to hear your opinion, Alex.
all right, yeah.
Like, me and Nate talked about this before way
Like,
back when. It's not.
I
but
hate it.
Yeah.
When people talk about Cole, they always go to 2014 or they go to Friday Night Lights and they be like, those are his best albums. Or they go to his mixtapes and like they always skip over Born Center. And I just be like, did you not hear Born Center? And it was like he got a bad rap when he dropped that first album. And then after that, he was able to come back and
He did.
he dropped a commercially good album, but he still remained true to his skills and got busy on this album. So yeah, I'm glad like he didn't make another Mr. Nice Watch with Jay-Z. I was like, you wasted a whole verse on a song called Mr. Nice Watch.
I hate that album.
That beat.
God, I hate that album.
That album is so trash, bro.
It was worse for me because
It was
like
trash, but
it was garbage.
he said it was garbage.
What up? What up? I got that flame. I think this is when Take Care came out. I was like, what?
Yeah, bro.
But he saved me like as a J. Cole fan with this album because I was like, he can make a really good album. He may not pick the best beats, but his lyrical ability is there because Cole, you Drake, Kendrick, Cole, he's in that top 3 category, but he's always had the potential to go for top 2. And I always hate that they
That's
give.
what drives me crazy about him, dog.
Oh my
That's what drives me
God.
That's what drive everybody crazy about him.
God, like, and I
fucking
hated that it felt like he didn't want it no more. Cause it's like to come up in the warm up, I was just like, I was arguing with people. I was like, yeah, I don't know, Cole coming. And I was like, when he drops, and it was like, even on this album, Let Nas Down, he's addressing like what people criticized him for, that first album was so garbage. And he just got like Mo Money. That whole track he's rapping wordplay off of one word: Mo Money, flow money, show money. I got dough money, money control niggas, white men control money. Sitting back like yeah, nigga, get your money. Yeah. Like the whole track, he's showing his lyrical ability on this album, and he's not afraid to talk about the things that he want to talk about. And I think. I don't know who messed up that first album. I don't know if it was him. I don't know if it was his production, his team.
He overthinks shit. I can tell he overthinks shit.
Yeah,
I think he overthinking shit in that album.
And then I say this was underrated because this was that year when he went up against Kanye. and he bet Kanye that he would do more album sales, and he didn't. But he wasn't afraid to go against the greats, and I was like, he got that fire in him. He gonna come back. And so Born Center, I listened to the whole album today just to make sure, because it almost didn't make my list. And I was like, yes, Born Center was up there, and he got his reputation back with this album. Because if we didn't get Born Center, you wouldn't have got anything else from Cole. I think his career would have been done.
Man, I didn't think his debut album was that bad. I didn't think it was that bad. I really didn't. Like, for me, like, he had some good on there, man.
Boo this man!
Be honest, man. Like,
Oh
it wasn't that bad. Like,
what was that track list?
for me, J. Cole knows how to do one thing, dog. J. Cole does one thing. He does J. Cole. Every album he does J. Cole.
Spence agrees to it. The nigga said,
That's
boo.
one of my things. I don't know, man. Maybe because I saw him in concert for the first time. I saw him in concert for the first time when that album came out. He's great in concert, but I loved Friday Night Lights, and I love the come up. I love the warm up and Friday Night Lights so much. It was definitely a disappointment, the debut album. I felt like Born Center musically, like as a producer, he got way the fuck better. I think he was working with No ID or some shit. But for me, Born Center, for me, the biggest change was the production. I thought the production was way, way better. Like, it was just way more lush. There were way more sounds. I think Born Center might be the best produced J. Cole album for me. It's close there with 2014. But that's what I would say. Born Center was definitely good. I guess I kind of wanted it to be better. I don't know, man, because I feel like his potential was so high. I just I never felt like it really got fulfilled for me.
You Jay-Z's first artist, and you drop the Sideline Story. Like, and Jay-Z puts you on a song called A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
And
it definitely didn't measure up, though. It definitely didn't.
Yeah, and then you got your peers dropping and Drake.
Garbage juice.
You got your peers dropping Good Kid, Mad City as their first
Ain't
debut
nowhere
album.
near that shit.
And you got Drake dropping
Take Care.
Thank Me Later. That
No,
was
when
his first debut.
Born Center came out at 11, right?
No.
Yeah.
It came out 13.
That came out 13.
13.
It was 13?
Yeah.
Oh, 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying their debut.
Are you talking about the first? Are you talking about the first album?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay, okay.
sorry, but
I got
but
you.
J. Cole has never had an album that is as good as Good Kid, Mad City, or even Take Care. For me, not even close.
No.
Not even close. And J. Cole was one of my top 10 rappers.
2014.
We were just talking about B2.
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
we
That's a good one.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
discussed B.
Definitely a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, he's never came.
J. Cole's
close.
such a good rapper, dog. He's so good. Like,
They need
but
to.
it's the albums, man. I just
My
never.
biggest disservice.
Just like
I feel
albums,
like
man.
hip hop never got a J. Cole album produced by Kanye. Like,
Because J.
I
Cole
feel
didn't want to share. He's so. I feel like he was so rigid with how he wanted to do shit because he was the producer. And he didn't let people in till later on. Even that he
Exactly.
wasn't doing
Yeah.
features. I feel like you know what I said about comment on like water for chocolate. You allow to share your space with other really talented musicians. I feel like if he had done that, and had a great executive producer too, like the way Kendrick had Dr. Dre. Like, you imagine how fucking crazy that album would be. It would blow my mind, and that's where my disappointment is. Like, that's where
we haven't got an album like that from Cole ever. Like,
I'm sorry, I just no. As
Friday
good as
Night
it
Lights.
is,
Friday
I
Night.
love it.
That's like the closest thing.
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights is by far the closest
Closest.
thing. Yeah, Friday Night Lights is by far the closest thing. It's a fantastic mixtape. It's a great mixtape.
And I think what hinders him is that he has his fan base, and if he caters towards his fan base, he
I love
he
Control
set-
System.
Yeah, that was good.
I like that
But
shit too. That was.
I think that hurts him because it doesn't put pressure on him to do something as great as Good Kid, Mad City or Take Care. I think that hurts him in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
I can see
So
that. He got a little comfortable with artistically comfortable. I feel like he never really went super far.
KOD is trash. I hated KOD.
I didn't like KOD.
Garbage juice.
Garbage.
Yeah,
Man,
I agree with that. KOD was trash.
And what was it? Love Yours? No.
For what was the ugly joint?
For Your Eyes Only. That was
garbage juice.
That was the throwaways.
Oh, come on, man.
That was the 2014 throwaways. He only had what, Neighbors? And that was the only good, decent.
Shout out to Nick.
Ayo, Jerron. That was my producer. My last name is Neighbors. Like really, my last name is Neightbours. I sampled J. Cole and put that line. Neighbors think I'm selling dope. That was my tag for a minute.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's hard. That's dope. That's a dope tag.
Yeah, that was just 2014 throwaways. But when you are a J. Cole fan and you watch him on his first mixtape, he did Dead President's freestyle. And then his second mixtape, he comes back and said, y'all said I didn't really kill Dead President, so I'm gonna do it again. Like he's willing to acknowledge the criticism and then come back and top it. And I don't know if you remember that Leakers freestyle.
Oh,
if you know, but
so crazy.
His potential is shown there. But if you don't know, he freestyled over that beat on his mixtape.
He did.
And I'm like, you know how hard it is to like rap over the same track and then go harder after you already killed it. So like I feel like his potential, I don't know what brings it out of him, but it's not in his albums. So,
nah, man, it's not.
But there's a lot of artists like that though. They can kill feature, they can hear like a single here and there, but as far as like a full length album,
whoever convinced him to do features saved his career. Like, because he didn't get his first Grammy until 21 Savage a lot.
Wow. Well, I'm not surprised by that though. At the same time, though, unfortunately,
it's the Grammys.
But you can't judge it off the Grammys. But still, I don't know. J. Cole, he was supposed to be our Nas of our time. So,
but in a way, I think he was though. Because I'll be honest, I'll be.
Think about it.
I get it.
And listen,
Nas of our time, bro.
I got Illmatic right here. Like, I have all respect for Nas, but Nas, his career has been a lot of flops though, and a lot of disappointment. For me, like as a huge Illmatic. I think he might be my favorite rapper, but still, like. He that's why I think J. Cole is the Nas, because Nas for many albums he couldn't fulfill his potential. Illmatic is the one album where I feel like he really has it. It was written as fantastic, but after that, like he doesn't quite. He's an amazing rapper. He's a poet, dude. But like it's just something about him selecting beats, not getting the right executive producer, not getting the right people in the room, not going outside of his comfort zone. I think it's a comfort zone thing. That's what I think it is. Kendrick Lamar has no comfort zone. You know he doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. Kanye has no comfort zone. He doesn't give a fuck. It takes a lot artistically to not have a comfort zone. Like that's a lot. That's a lot, bro.
He's like the Darth Vader of our time. Like you were supposed to be the one. You were supposed to be the one.
You were the chosen one.
I love that. That's perfect. That's a great analogy.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt about Wale.
You were supposed to be the one.
Be the one. Yeah.
The way y'all feel about J. Cole, that's how I felt about Wale.
Oh man,
I can see that. Yeah.
I'm from the DMV, so I remember Wale before the dreads when this nigga just had fades. With the snap, with the fitteds and the fucking bright edge don't get beats before they were popular.
He's a real fan, bro.
Like dead ass.
Real fan.
That's how I thought about Wale. Yeah, like you hear like Paint a Picture mixtape, then 100 Miles are running. You hear all this mixtapes, it's like, yo, his album about to be fired. Then he drops the Tension Deficit, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Luckily, he redeemed himself with Ambition. But
did you like the album About Nothing?
Yeah, of course I did.
Okay, thank you.
That whole trilogy, Mixtape About Nothing, More About
Mixtape
Nothing,
About
Album,
More,
Nothing, all
more
that
about
shit.
nothing is my favorite. I love More About Nothing. Oh my god, I love that mixtape.
Oh yeah,
That
that's
was my
definitely
favorite
like
one. I
that's
love
definitely like his best project. My favorite personally is 100 Miles and Running. That's like that came out like I think 08, 07, 08. But yeah, definitely his best one by far is More About Nothing.
Oh really? That's what like is that universally accepted? I never knew that.
Yeah.
Like, people.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, everybody.
everybody,
I didn't even know that. I was
Everybody.
like, that's my favorite one. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not the album, man. It's not just the mixtape. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, it's like they have more freedom with the mixtape.
freedom. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
He
point.
makes great music though, but I don't know what doesn't translate to people.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
because shoot.
All right. I think Nick, you up next.
Oh yeah.
Where are we on? 5?
Yeah, this is the last
I'm
one.
done. I'm
The
done.
last one. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think I did Let's Get Free by Dead Prez.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did that one. So in high school I had this cool ass history teacher, right?
Dope ass.
And I remember the first white guy. I went to a largely white school, and I remember he the first thing he did, the first class I had with him, we watched a Public Enemy music video. That was the first history lesson we had in class. And I knew right then he'd be my favorite like teacher ever, and he was. And I remember he put me on this album. Man, this album is just it's crazy. I think it's been largely like forgotten in terms of like commercial success or whatever. But just like listening to it, it has such a clear message. It's just revolution music is what it is, and it's just so incredibly thoughtfully done. The rapping is so well done. Most people will remember the single Hip Hop. Like Dave Chappelle would play it. I think he played it every one of his shows in the background. A lot of people remember that song. It's a dope song. But some of the songs on here are fucking insane. Day Schools and just so many different, just so much focused intelligence and just, man, it's just something like I could write 10 fucking like essays about in school. Like really that kind of album. Like it's really, really powerful. Yeah, man. So I put that on there for that reason. Did you guys listen to that album? Did anyone hear that shit?
No, but I just added it on my Spotify.
Yeah, I'll write everybody list down.
Listen to that
Yeah.
shit, man.
I literally
Listen
just
to that
added it.
shit.
I was
It's
like, yeah, the album cover looked dope as hell.
Yeah, man. It's revolution shit. It's dope.
I know hip hop though. I do know that song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not I never listened to the album. I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
get free.
Yeah, Let's Get Free.
I just added it.
All right. So originally my last pick was American Gangster, but that's already been talked about. That's already been talked
Oh, really?
That was on my
Yeah.
list too. I had
about.
to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We all-
shit.
I
Everybody
want
picked
to
the
know
same
y'all.
joint.
I want to know y'all reasons why though. Like,
Really, literally the same reasons you said it.
Reasons.
Though. Yeah, we all had the same reasons.
That's why I was just inputting with it because I was just like, yeah, it was on my list too.
Yeah, exactly. But nah, all right. So my fifth pick is going to be The Dogfather by Snoop Dogg. Wait, Snoop Doggy Dogg. Back when he was still in Death Row.
Snoop Doggy Dogg.
So this is a couple of reasons why this joint got slept on. One, this is his sophomore album, so he has to compete with fucking Doggy Style, which everybody knows was his best fucking album.
Yeah.
nothing's gonna like compete with Doggy Style. So he had that whole issue. He just beat a murder case earlier that year, so he was going through that shit. And after that, he was like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to rap about the same shit about the whole murder shit. Like, I made a song, Murder Was the Case, and now I got a murder case." So he stopped rapping about that shit. So there's no murder, like gangster type shit on his album for real. At least from him. Like other features might talk about that, but he doesn't. And then of course, then Pocket died 2 months prior to this album getting released, and then the Machiavelli album, y'all may remember the Machiavelli album with Hail Mary and all that shit. That album dropped a week before this album. So all the hype was on, exactly.
Yeah.
So all the hype was on Pac and not on Snoop. So by the time that shit dropped, I mean, it still went platinum. It still sold, but it was nothing compared to Doggy Style. Again, everybody was comparing the shit to Doggy Style, everybody saying and like Snoop Dogg was gonna make it because he switched his whole style. Plus Dre was gone, who was big.
Yeah, Dre was his whole sound.
Who was heavily important to his
Dre
sound.
was he was the sound. Shit,
he was
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely was.
So like Daz from Dog Pound was producing most of the project, and Daz is dope as producer on his own, but Dre is just Dr. Dre is Dre. Like you can't really compete with that. But the album itself is actually really, really good. If you listen from top to bottom, like he had this is when he got Charlie Wilson back into the music game. He was the one that got Charlie Wilson back in the music game. Just like he got the Dramatics back with Doggy Style. Of course, he got Dog Pound. He had what's that nigga name? Raphael. I forgot his. I don't know how to say his name.
Raphael Sadiq.
Yeah, he had him on the joint. LBC Crew. Like he had like mad like on the ground like Cali also on the joint too, trying to put them on. So like he had songs like Late Night, Midnight Love, Blueberry. Like those definitely some good bomb ass tracks that you should listen to from the Dogfather.
He took all his songs off of streaming, right?
Yeah, nigga, I was mad about that shit.
Why?
Bro.
Why?
Because I think he's
trying to make his own. He's making
thing.
his own app.
Yeah, with Death Row. Yeah.
Oh, Death Row, right?
I get it, but that's a lot.
Yeah, I was so mad, bro. Cause like half of my playlist is all Death Row shit. Cause I'm a West Coast head. I love West Coast music. So like all that shit was gone. Chronic's gone.
Doggy Style gone.
All Eyes on Me gone.
All
Dog Food gone.
Shit.
Above the Rim
gone,
soundtrack
bro.
gone.
He
Murder
bought
Mr.
the
Case,
whole
gone.
catalog, bro.
The whole catalog is gone.
What the fuck?
I was mad as shit, bro.
Yeah,
I
so
was
you
blown.
gotta go cop that from Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go to FE.
That's why I told Spence, I'm like, hey Spence, I need my All Eyes on Me vinyl back. I need that shit back, cause like my wall, I got Chronic, I got Doggy Style, I got Above the Rim soundtrack.
AJ's West Coast. You're still West Coast, dog.
Yeah.
You're West Coast, bro.
There was a time like in the early 2000s when like Snoop Dogg brought West Coast rap back. I can't remember when, but that was like Nate Dogg. Yeah. I mean, I think it was right before that too. And Exhibit was coming out.
Oh, you talking about Dog Food? Like I mean, not Dog Food.
Yeah.
The Last Meal. Like when the Last Meal when he was on No Limit. When he was on No Limit Records.
Yeah, that was around the time when he was dropping like hella videos and music.
Yeah, and I think by that time, that's when Snoop Dogg like found himself. Like this is me. Like 99, 2000 Snoop was like prime Snoop, low key, because that's when he found like his whole style and his gimmick and all that shit, and just went with it. It was like you said, it was bringing the West Coast back. He was able to get because like Dog Pound was beefing at one point. He was able to get them niggas back together. He helped Game get put on low key, like after he left G Unit and all that shit.
I miss G Unit Gang.
Man, I was G Unit heavy back in the day.
DJ K Slay G Unit Gang, man. That was
baby.
Who
They were the Beatles of our time.
For real.
You said a what?
The Beatles of our time. I love that. I love it.
G Unit was a movement, bro.
Hell yeah.
Lloyd, man, Lloyd Banks never got his time.
No, he didn't.
Nope.
But
He did.
he was my favorite member of the group, though.
Yes.
Yeah, Lloyd. Everybody knew Lloyd was the one.
He was.
Flagged out.
You was the one.
He was the one. You were the chosen one.
He was the next
My
up.
Black Force.
All right, who had the best G Unit debut? Excluding 50.
The Game.
Oh,
The Gang.
Game, the documentary.
I would say the game.
You said
The Game.
Gang, bro.
I say
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
Lloyd Banks' album wasn't quite.
Nah.
It wasn't quite there. It had some good tracks, but it wasn't quite.
We
there.
on
The,
fire.
the Gang.
I like
The
that.
one.
I'm so fly. I love that joint too.
No,
Oh,
personally,
Young
Young Buck's album was my favorite. His debut album was my favorite.
Cash,
Straight out of
yeah.
Cashville, that was my favorite.
Yeah, I
But
had
was-
that album.
But Game was better. Games was the better album.
Game was better.
But Young Bucks
I
was
think
my favorite.
it was produced by Dr. Dre and the documentary. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
also,
producer.
yeah.
Okay.
Had
Yeah.
the best producers. Oh my god, there's so many good producers.
Yeah, he
on the
had
album.
Dre,
Oh
Timberland,
my god. Dre,
Kanye.
Scott Storch, Kanye,
yeah.
Just Blaze.
I think
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes was on the album.
Busta Rhymes was on the joint.
Yeah.
I know you're humping.
I
Father
think,
like son, like father like son. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, Father Like said, yeah.
I think Lloyd Banks 50 took all the good beats and left Lloyd Banks with what was left, and then the game said, "Nah, I'm gonna just go find my own shit."
Right. Lloyd Banks just he couldn't get out of 50 Shadow. That was the problem with him.
Yeah.
And the game he kind of bullied his way out of 50 Shadow. So hate it or love it, and yeah.
Hey, 300 bars a run is my favorite disc though. That's probably
I'm about to say,
my
yeah,
favorite.
Oh,
he killed everybody.
Yeah.
How you can cash, but you ain't got no cash, nigga. God, hey,
man,
that was all. That was all.
Everybody did all their fives.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Man, I saw views up there. You had that album art up there.
Wait, what? Drake?
Who was gonna do views, man?
No, I knew it.
I was looking for Drake. Come on, Drake. Just talk about it for a second, bro. Like, God.
I was confused too. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was confused about that pick too. I'm like,
Views was amazing.
That's why I took it. That's why I took it off. That's why I took it off, man.
No, but I understand why you say it was underrated, though. Like, people waited a long time for that album.
A lot of albums I put like a lot of stuff on my list was just like stuff that I personally didn't listen to because I underrated. You know what I'm saying? But
no, I get it.
Yeah,
I listened to Views until maybe like a year or two ago.
Yeah, I
didn't listen to the whole shit.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but when I first heard it, I was like, "This shit's trash." But then
I listened to it, I was like, I see why people kind of shit on it because it was like
that's my favorite Drake album, honestly.
Wow.
Views.
Okay.
Feel no ways. Yeah, they can feel no ways. And then Fire and Desire, Western Roads Flow. Man.
9.
Yes. Turning 6 upside down. It's a 9 now. Oh.
Well, I definitely need to hear that album again then.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely gonna listen to that.
But yeah.
Anybody have any honorable mentions? I know it's
actually, Nas, It Was Written. It would have to be one of mine, actually. I love it.
Is Taking in Blood on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my joint.
I think like it was written. I mean, it comes after Illmatic, so like nobody would. It's hard to even talk about it, but like I think as in terms of a sonic, like the production, it was so clean. And just the rapping, it was just so good, man. It was really like a movie. It was like a mafia movie, like for me.
Taking in Blood, my favorite song on there, bro.
Yeah, I love Taking in Blood.
Yeah,
I remember that beat. I love that beat.
Like keep it, cause it's the best secret. I rock the best, prestigious, Cuban link
for the Jesus.
And that's why she Kathleen Regis. Yeah, that nigga was going in, bro.
No, that is a fucking fire.
Or Mecca, whatever.
Yeah,
that didn't have Rewind on it, did it?
No, that was Stillmatic. That might be my favorite Nas album though, for real. Stillmatic.
Bullet goes back in the gun. The bullet holds close in the chest of a nigga. Now he back at man.
Yeah, he killed that shit. He killed that.
Okay, shoot, don't please. Like,
shoot, don't please.
Yeah,
that was a good album too.
Hell yeah.
She said, Kendall said, y'all need to wrap it up. Oh, dang, it's been 2 hours. Dang.
Right. You don't even feel like it though, for real.
Nah, we just having a good time, man.
Hell yeah.
Good time.
I got a lot to listen to.
Facts.
Yeah. I really appreciated your Ludacris album, man.
Theory of the Mind? Oh yeah, that was my shit, bro. Especially I Do It For Hip Hop. With him, Nas, and Jay-Z.
I love that shit. Yeah.
Go listen to Infinite, bro. If you ain't heard it, bro.
I love Infinite.
Definitely.
That was a great choice, man. You guys have a really good.
That's my favorite album behind Eminem Show.
I make sure I always listen to every Eminem album when it drops. I may not listen to it again, but I make sure I always give him a listen. And I've never heard of Infinite, and I'm upset about it.
Listen to Infinite, bro. It's going you be like, damn.
That's gonna be fun.
Another album that I didn't really appreciate until like a couple years later, Encore. Encore.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I mean, it's not compared to like his first 4, but it still wasn't a bad album. When I first heard it, I'm like, man, this shit trash. And then I listened to it like maybe like 2-3 years ago. I'm just like, you know what? This album's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Make sure y'all go watch when Method Man and Redman prank Ludacris. Yeah, y'all gonna be laughing. Y'all gonna be like, that beat was trash.
About to go eat some wings.
I'm about to go home, go to sleep.
Yeah, no.
But
I like go wrap this up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all say put your tags out there real quick.
All right. Well, cool. Yo, my name is Duran Rashford. Follow me at Sax Love Money everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all your social media joints. Oh, that's dope. Yeah. Follow me there. Yeah. I got some music dropping.
You just dropped.
I did just drop. I just dropped a beat tape on Bandcamp. It's entitled Morning Stroll.
God damn,
bro.
Yeah, he said, "What are you in Ukraine? Are you videoing from Ukraine?"
That was a drop, Dren.
That's Vietnam, man.
Well, yeah, man. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Go check that joint, run it, you know what I mean? Check out my other stuff. Yeah, man. Peace and love to everybody.
Paul Wall, my boy.
Bet.
That's my boy.
Dog food was fire too, though. All right, Alex, go ahead, throw your tags real quick, yo.
Oh man, Alex, Forgot Keys business owner. Oh, it's on this. Forgot Keys business owner. Franchise. Y'all just support me. My Instagram is Big Alex B1GALX. Just hit me up. I just be living life, enjoying my kids, enjoying my family. Appreciate y'all for having me on.
Bet. All right, Nick.
Yes, sir. Nick Neighbors on producer. Yeah, there you go. Nick Neighbors Fraud, IG, YouTube. Check out my BeatStars. I got new beats dropping every week. Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
Yep, and it's your boy AJ. You can follow me. Hold on. Follow me on Twitch. War Machine 1919 right now. My old IG shit.
Forgot about that one.
Throwback.
Boy, you had that forever, boy.
I really have. I got locked out my old IG page. So I had to make a new one. But yeah, this is my Twitch page. You know, I'll be streaming on Twitch. I'll be playing games here and there. Right now I'm playing like Pokemon Yellow. Throwback. Follow us on YouTube. Hip Hop Vibes the podcast. Oh damn. Hip Hop Vibes the podcast. You got a topic with the colon in there. All that shit on YouTube. Follow me on IG. A-Tone Productions. A_Tone_Productions. Yep, got to.
Fast.
Yeah.
And follow me on Twitter. At Hip Hop Vibes. Hip_Hop_Vibes. Also follow me. Also, I'll have my own radio show, Hip Hop Vibes Radio. Do I have that on here? I don't think I have that shit on here. I do not. Damn. But I know, right? But yeah, follow me on. I have my radio show every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. I'm about to change that shit soon though, to like Fridays. But yeah, every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on radiofairfax.org. And yeah.
I just want to say, this is a dope platform. I've checked you out a couple times. Recently last week I'm in there arguing in the comments. Nobody reading them.
Man, because the comments weren't coming through on my joint. That was my bad.
It's a dope platform, especially to expose people to new music and to just talk about music that it feels like nobody's really taking time to dive into it like this. So I appreciate it. Yeah,
I appreciate you for listening. I appreciate y'all for listening, man, and for joining.
All right, thanks, man. Anytime.
Thank you so much.
All right, cool. I'm out.
With that being said, boy AJ, Nick, Alex, Duran, Hip Hop Vibes.
Later.
Peace out.